Kool, specially invited guests, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am deeply honored to be here with you today, to stand in this remarkable town as we mark 160 years since the founding of Crozaville, a community born out of courage, hope, and a profound sense of purpose. This moment, this place, and this celebration convey a distinct significance that transcends the passage of time. What we honored here today is not only the founding of a town, we honor a story of return. We honor the journey of men, women, and children who crossed the Atlantic, not suave in faith, seeking not only a home, but a restoration of dignity and ancestral connection. The founding of Crozaville in 1865 by Barbadian, Bajan immigrants is one of the most poignant chapters in the shared history between Barbados and Liberia. There were people who, though freed from bondage, bore the weight of memory of land loss, of identities fractured, of families torn apart. And yet, with strength, wisdom, vision, and the invitation of the third president of Liberia, Daniel B. Warner, they embarked on a journey that brought them here to Liberia's shores, where they became interwoven in the fabric of this great nation.
In the mid-19th century, many Barbadians following emancipation migrated to Liberia in response to the Liberian president's offer of land and citizenship, seeking a home outside of the Caribbean. This resulted in a significant Barbadian presence in Liberia, particularly in Crozaville, which became known as Bajan.
Our Vice President, members of the Cabinet, members of the Diplomatic Corps, our elders, council members, also people of this great Crozaville, citizens. I want to thank you so much for this special honor. This is very historic, very historic. I want to recognize also our president of the university is here with us. This is an event that started in February. Prime Minister signed by a lot of the people of Barbados. For people who remember Albert Port, that Albert Port, someone who raised the pursuit of journalism in this country. Now, Kenneth Best. And for some reason, I don't know, but I've been very fortunate to be in school with a lot of people from Crozaville. Almost all of the ones I see around. This is a country that was built by people who came from everywhere to become Liberians. Why would the people who came to Sierra Leone decided to come here? This is the country of love. And I always tell people that the biggest asset in Liberia is not the rubber tree, the iron ore, it's Liberians. So today, I want to thank the people of Barbados who have now again put premium on this part of the country and have re-established themselves. The first group was brought. This second group came. I want to say we welcome you. We want to make sure that they make this your home. Just as you have invited us to go over. We are blessed that because of the number of people that came from different countries that settled here who have contributed that what makes Liberia what it is today.
This led to the first and only recorded post-emancipation organized mass immigration of African Barbadians to Liberia in 1865. The brig Kool sailed from Bridgetown to Monrovia on April 6, 1865, carrying 346 persons, roughly 50 families, 260 of which were settled in Crossaville, which has since been hailed as a Bajan outpost in Africa. Two of Liberia's presidents, Arthur Barclay and his nephew, Edwin Barclay, were of Bajan descent, as was the longest-serving First Lady of the 20th century, Antoinette Padmore Tebman. The township where dozens of Barbadians proudly built homes, churches, schools, and communities still exist today. Liberia's relationship with the Caribbean, particularly Barbados, is deeply rooted in a shared history of slavery, emancipation, and the search for new opportunities. Her Excellency Damasandra Mason, President of Barbados, pays a special visit to Liberia in celebration of the 160th years since men, women, and children from the Caribbean who crossed the Atlantic Ocean to the township of Crossaville.
Members of the diplomatic corps, specially invited guests, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I am deeply honored to be here with you today, to stand in this remarkable town as we mark 160 years since the founding of Crossaville, a community born out of courage, hope, and a profound sense of purpose. This moment, this place, and this celebration convey a distinct significance that transcends the passage of time. What we honored here today is not only the founding of a town. We honor a story of return. We honor the journey of men, women, and children who crossed the Atlantic, not suave in faith, seeking not only a home, but a restoration of dignity and ancestral connection. The founding of Crossaville in 1865 by Barbadian, Bajan immigrants is one of the most poignant chapters in the shared history between Barbados and Liberia. There were people who, though freed from bondage, bore the weight of memory of land loss, of identities fractured, of families torn apart, and yet, with strength, wisdom, vision, and the invitation of the third president of Liberia, Daniel B. Warner, they embarked on a journey that brought them here to Liberia's shores, where they became interwoven in the fabric of this great nation.
In the mid-19th century, many Barbadians following emancipation migrated to Liberia in response to the Liberian president's offer of land and citizenship, seeking a home outside of the Caribbean. This resulted in a significant Barbadian presence in Liberia, particularly in Crossaville, which became Bajan.
A Vice President, members of the cabinet, members of the diplomatic corps, our elders, council members, and also people of this great Kool citizens. I want to thank you so much for this special honor. This is very historic, very historic. I want to recognize also our president of the university here with us. This is an event that started in February. Prime Minister signed by a lot of the people of Barbados. For people who remember Albert Port, that Albert Port, someone who raised the pursuit of journalism in this country. Now, Kenneth Best. And for some reason, I don't know, but I've been very fortunate to be in school with a lot of people from Brazil, almost all of the ones I see around. This is a country that was built by people who came from everywhere to become Liberians. Why would the people who came to Sierra Leone decided to come here? This is the country of love. And I always tell people that the biggest asset in Liberia is not the rubber tree, the iron ore, it's Liberians. So today, I want to thank the people of Barbados who have now again put premium on this part of the country and have reestablished themselves. The fight.
Along with the Minister, welcome to the media.
Media, thank you. So, Will, since we started,
Yes, sir.
thank you, man.
Okay. From 11 this morning is after the 7 o'clock now. Hours of, spending your entire day there having meeting. What's the conclusion? In fact, how did the meeting go?
The meeting went very well. As a cabinet, we decided that once every that's not enough of time, so we meet. We have a whole lot to discuss because there's so much to be done in the country. So the meeting went very well. Issues we wanted to address.
What are those issues that you want to address alternatively?
So the key one was the strategy towards American resource development. That one is very important because we have all the global challenges. The U.S. are a very major partner. There will be a situation through cancellation of most of the USA programs. I guess the USA had around 28, 29 projects here. 27 of those were cancelled. Only 2 with very limited resources involved, still in existence. So as a government, we believe that the best thing we can do if we should keep our developmental initiatives on track is to focus more on domestic research development. So the LRA as a revenue generating entity has been working on that domestic research development policy. So the drive today for cabinet so that we can discuss it, look at it in detail, and in the end seek the involvement of cabinet so that they can start rolling it up because what they're looking at is to be able to raise our budget $5 billion, about $1 billion. And not just billion on the mark, but maybe 1.5 billion or something like that, because that's the only way we'll be able to tackle all the problems. So 2 things we were looking at. One, seek the endorsement of the cabinet on that policy, and 2, commit to providing what they need. Because it's not just saying to you, there's a strategy, and this strategy will take the budget to this point, but how do you implement or execute that strategy so you have a cost implication? We also want a commitment from government on how we're going to do that. So it was very key, and they did that in concert with the Minister of Finance. They looked there both for the financial sector. Then the Foreign Minister minister had to make a whole presentation on how, as a country, we are repositioning ourselves globally. That was another deep presentation, and it culminated or ended into the fact that by June 3rd, we should be having this election that is supposed to take us on the UN Security Council as a non-permanent member. So we needed to know, where are we? What have we done? How sure are we that we are on track with that? And from all indication based on the briefing from the foreign minister, we're fully on track to ensuring that we'll be on that Security Council as a non-permanent member. What is required to get the votes are all done. The country is gearing up. And we also just embrace that place. We will place Liberia at the center of global governance. So we have to talk about that as well. Then the Ministry of Public Works, they've been thinking about having this huge infrastructure conference in Liberia. So they've made a special presentation on what preparations have been made to lead us towards that conference. The conference will take place somewhere in November. But what have you done to put on the way towards that project? So they also needed to brief us about that. Minister Namaka Ability, she was on a tour to South Africa on the entire council of the PDU. So she brought a complete proposal to the cabinet, made a very lengthy presentation. Cabinet had to give due consideration to it, and her plan was endorsed on how we can ensure an effective PDU. And many other issues which I can list all of them down, but if you look at it generally, I thought it was a very good cabinet meeting. And if you looked at it, you've been here since 10:30. You say 11, but I figure we started around 10:30 to see where we go.
So, Minister, maybe my colleagues may have questions, but during the opening remarks of the president mentioned about visiting agency, ministry unexpectedly to see the progress or performances of those entities. What do you think the president had that thought? That's one. And the last thing,
before I go that, so I don't forget, we also had a very detailed presentation on the outbreak of monkeypox in Liberia by the MPhil here. He brought the cabinet up to speed as to where we are, what have they done, what is the case low, what is the threat to the republic, and we look at all of that. The PPCC also made a presentation on the whole e-procurement process that they launched. What's the feedback so far? How are they implementing it? So just a long list of anything. And now back to your question, what was it?
About the president,
yes,
visiting cabinet.
It's a normal thing to do. I was around during the administration of President Seli, and it was a regular thing that President Seli would wake up one morning and just drive to say the Ministry of Information. And when she's doing this, she gets there as early as maybe 8 o'clock, 8:30. So if the minister is not there, well, that's a different thing, but the goal is not to set trap for the minister. It's to just be able to go in these institutions, see what the people inherited, what have they been able to do about it, and have the work going. If possible, talk to one or two staff to know how they're doing, because it's not just the ministers who run those ministries. The backbone of all of the institutions in government are the public sector workers or civil servants that are working along with us. So if the president visits different institutions, it's a motivation for not just the ministerial team that got the opportunity to see the president in between time, but for these ordinary employees who don't have the chance to see the president, it can be an opportunity for them to receive the president, maybe have some minimal interaction, and it can enhance productivity in those ministries.
Our minister, in a report for the news people, the
Correct.
president this morning questioned ministers who are now subordinates.
126 established the asset recovery entity, and this entity was closed with the mandate to go in search, recover, or find out what is stolen from Liberia. And from last year to this year, we also realized on the same date, March 5th this year, the president renewed through Executive Order 145 the mandates of the asset recovery. And for every entity to survive and operate in Liberia, they depend on the budget. And so it's the people's or the taxpayers' money that we allocate to these entities to work. And after having worked for 1 year, executive orders last for 1 year, I hope you are aware. except they are extended. And so the president did a good job by extending, and I believe that is the reason is the mandates are important. And so we haven't heard from this asset recovery, and so I thought it necessary that they should come up with their report, whether it's temporary, whether it is midterm, whatever it is. We need to hear from the asset recovery. What have they found? What have they recovered? What is yet to come to Liberia? Because they are being established, they are being financed, and let them tell us the successes that they have achieved. If there are challenges, let them tell the Liberian people. And if there is need for further extension of their mandate, then we'll understand. But since then, they haven't said anything to the public. I heard one radio talk show on which they appear and they were trying to make some comments. But as the people's deputy, so the people's deputies have called them, and they should appear on Thursday to let the Liberian people know what they have achieved since the establishment of that entity. And that is what I thought it necessary to bring them to plenary.
You hear the asset recovery team has been making some pronouncement how he has discovered transfer of money outside Liberia in some Africa, Swiss bank or whatever. But up to now, he has not, pressed for charges for those, beyond the wiring of those money. Will you be pressing some questions as it relates to that?
I think there are procedures to whatever information they are going to discover. First thing, we want to know what they have discovered. Let them officially tell the Liberian people, and if that has to be extended to our judiciary system, then the judiciary system can take over, because it's not witch hunting. It's establishing these missing assets, either liquid or infrastructures, these missing assets, to establish that they are really taken away against the will of the Liberian people. And so the court process will have to be involved. What we want is, let us tell us what they have found out by now, and then we can take the next steps. And the last step will be about recovery. Perhaps in the court system will find it prudent, after they all have provided their information and proofs, and maybe some things will be restored. Remember, we are all working hard and trying to build up our economy, trying to build up our budget, and that is from the background for which, as the chairman on Waste, Means and Finance, I thought it necessary and prudent enough that they must appear to tell us what they found out. Perhaps if it is liquid assets, we can make a determination on how to move and how to increase the revenue components of our budget. Perhaps if it is our infrastructure assets, the government may take another decision. But all of these things in the end make parts of our budget to function.
What will the legislature do in the event someone is taken to court and the court is, playing delay on the matter and prolonging into 1 year, 2 years? What do you think the legislature can do to expedite the process?
This is the first time that this establishment has been made. If there are gaps within our legal process, it is the responsibility of the House of Representatives to fill in those gaps. And so if we find out that there are gaps, we will make the right legislations so that those gaps can be covered and the process move forward.
What do you want to hear specifically, from the head of the asset recovery team? Because we've been told they have been to court with the gracious rod, and that's, impede the workings of the asset recovery. What do you hope to hear from him specifically on Thursday, on the 22nd May?
We want an official report. Whether they went to court or perhaps they were on talk show, we want an official report from the asset recovery team. Let them tell the Liberian people what they have seen up to now, and in fact what they have done up to now. That will help us to make the rightful decisions if there are state challenges that they face with, or there are other things that other government entities will have to work in collaboration with them to make these things successful.
In a recent newsletter, the recovery fund said he has completed 17 major corruption cases, as well as the launch of 9 new cases. Have you been following?
I followed that. I mean, this is what I said. Those are news outlets, and they made the news. Let them come now and officially tell the Liberian people we have 17 cases or we have 25 cases, and all of these cases, this is a document that we can present to the Liberian people on our findings, and then we can move forward to the next step.
Just last thing before we go, well, we didn't tell she want to, speak on before we leave you.
I'm glad that the president renewed the mandate of the asset recovery, and if need be, I will also support the president for further extension. But before that, we need to see and understand what they have done so far, and that's my concern.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
The president, through executive order, I think it should be 126, established the asset recovery entity, and this entity was closed with the mandate to go in search, recover, or find out what is stolen from Liberia.
Good evening to all of you, and many thanks for joining us again on this wonderful Tuesday morning, on this edition of the Morning Ride on Kool 91.9, Kool Radio Offline, Kool 91.9, Kate News, and all of the Hotlines, and our YouTube channels who are following us. Welcome, folks. I'm Wiki Brooks. Sakando behind the camera this morning, producing all of the videos and sounds. Ambassador Jonathan Agifat Sr. is alongside is a full team, the Huddersfield, and we're here to provide you with the necessary information, critical analysis, and opening your eyes to some of these issues that matter more to Liberia as we move the country forward. But this is the breakfast info compounding program that takes you across Liberia, brings you all of the information at your doorsteps, your business center, your offices, your vehicles, your homes, on your sick bed. And we say good morning to all of our doctors, our nurses, our support staff. Good morning to our men and women in arms, protecting the border of the shores of our country. Good morning to our teachers, who are indoctrinating positive knowledge into our students. And to all of you across, our tailors, our motorcyclists, our keke riders and passengers, good morning to you. Welcome, folks. Promises to be great as usual as we walk the walk and talk the talk. And as usual, have to shift the paradigm of our democracy. Without fear, without favor, we speak undiluted truth. The very hard truth, I say, on this platform without apologies, because we do not use the three-letter words. Please manage your thoughts and comments as you phone in at the appropriate time when the lines are activated on this platform, because we do not entertain where you fail to listen and listen with comprehension and want to leave it and get to the next thing that we have not discussed or want to go personal with other people. Once that is done, trust me, I'll serve you your breakfast as usual. Good morning. I'm Wiki Brooks this morning.
Group was brought. This second group came. I want to say we welcome you. We want to make sure that it make this your home, just as you have invited us to go over. We are blessed.
News, not just breaking the news, but we'll balance the news and we'll bring you some very, very much critical analysis on some of the issues that should be moving Liberia forward. Not just about politics. And usually, Liberians let us maintain the peace that we all enjoy. No one person in this country should beat his or her chest that you are the reasons why we are having stability in our country and we're not going to war. Don't mix that. Don't fool yourself. Liberians have resolved to publicly speak up on ills in society, to protest, to demonstrate that we need these things to change other than going back into the bushes and launching a talk where they will take away lives, destroy properties, and after the scars of war effect will be on the faces of people, and all of these things, people will be traumatized. Liberia will regrets all of them progressing. So we all collectively are custodians of the peace that we all enjoy, and we must continue to remind ourselves of the dark days and continue to say to ourselves, no longer shall we return to such. Let us express ourselves, our dissatisfaction in the democratic space being provided, other than going back to those days. So, to all of you, you have done well, and let us continue to do well. And, you know, we are going to one sector this morning. And this sector is the mining sector of our country. With some of the information being provided from our research, we are told that mining started in Liberia approximately and reportedly in the 50s. And prior to the war, the 14-year civil unrest we had in Liberia, the mining sector was contributing around reportedly 25% of our GDP, our national domestic product, and strengthening our economy. The huge number of Liberians and foreign nationals in the inflows of companies that were mining in Liberia. You know, our civil crisis came to an end in 2003. We had this short period where we think that we thought we were in peace, then we moved to another crisis just like that. And it greatly affected our economy. Mining companies in our country shut down. They left Liberia. Folks were unemployed, some had to join the revolution. Warring factions took territories, they took areas, and they went on to carry illicit mining for the exchange of weapons and all of these things, or to enrich themselves in the process. So directly the country could not have that impact into the economy. So, and after all said and done, it's been reported. We are saying before the war, there's some of the records, I hope some of you are getting up, that the mining sector and all of the mining companies, the contribution towards the national economy was something around 25%. But today, we are told the mining industry of our country contributes around 15% to the gross domestic product of our country, our national GDP. After a long period of civil crisis, a devastating one that took away lives, destroyed properties, of which we are still trying to rebuild, of which some of the sectors We are still trying to attract foreign investors to come in to see how best Liberians can have jobs and the economy can grow far better than what it is today. You talk about iron ore, you talk about gold, diamond, bauxite, and you name the rest. And we are still being faced with the issue of illicit mining taking place and corruption into the mining sector, and all of these things happen. Where some folks from the Mines and Energy Ministry, meaning reportedly involved in some of these things, and some past and present officials of government being involved into the process. They get their own black hand mining companies, you know. But this is where we are. And we are told that the peak of our mining industry got to a height in the 70s. Today we have a salamiter, an Indian-owned multinational steel mining company. Usually people call them the steel giant of the world. They operate in Yekepa mining, or the Yekepa mines today, and other places. We also talk about the Putu mining company in Granger County, approximately, which holds 2.37 billion tons at 34.1% iron ore. We got a bomb with reserves reportedly of 4 billion tons of 36% iron ore. B Mountain contains 923 tons, while we're busy is significantly in line as well. So all of these mining companies are in Liberia. Before the war, we are told, I hope you guys are listening to comprehension, because I don't want teacher will jump from in a class and go behind the hall, take a telephone, want to call and politicize and say, I'm talking about Liberia. I'm not discussing politics with people. I'm talking about the National Reserve that should have impact when it comes to your pay, your Monday earning as teacher, as doctors, nurses, police officer, and job creation as well. I'm not discussing issue, or we are not discussing issue that you want to personalize it. I'm discussing Liberia. That Sakanu, who wakes up in the morning, get to work, will feel the impact of the economy. Because when the economy gets good, you don't have to call press conference to say, oh yeah, you owe somebody 3, 4, 5 months. The man did not call press conference, he going to work, but because you indebted to the man because of the hatch economy and how bad it is. After 3, 4 months, you're about to pay, or you're about to pay your employees that you be indebted to, instead of you making it secret and go to them to apologize to them, you go to have a press conference that you pay these people 3 months, you give him 1 month salary, you make it all the news. The economy, when it is well, the impact is felt in the lives of the people. You don't have to call press conference to say these things. And this sector we have listened in the past and present. There are too many illegal mining activities taking place in Liberia. We got foreign nationals. Most of the time, oh yeah, the Burkina beads, they are here. A lot of them been arrested Some of our lawmakers, our ministers, our director are all voice all these things to the public. Now, over decades, our conflict, our civil arrest have come to an end. And before then, we are told reportedly that the mining sector or the mining industry are contributing around 25% to our national budget. Today, we talk about 15%. So, if we hold this something as constant, what is the 10% going? So the 10% now is the illicit mining activity that is taking place that cannot reach to the 25% that we've been told before the war, or is it going? How do we help to mitigate the situation? How do we rescue such? You talk about Nima Range, Ball Range, Wologisi Range, Bee Mountain. Same piece where restore all of these things being operating and all of these things. How we recover? And this is one sector that a lot of folks look up to. We got the world steel giant, an Indian multinational steel and mining company that operates the Yekipad mines today, extracting around, we are told, they're extracting around 5 million tons per year. And there are a lot of other on top resources of our country that include the Putu in Grangeda County, which holds approximately 2.37 billion tons at 34.1% of iron ore. The Bone in Bone with reserve of 4 billion tons at 36% of iron ore. Bee Mountain contains 923 million tons, while Wologisi is a significant prospect that when we start to do that, but we are still getting little. And there are a lot of on top resources or minerals into our country. What are we doing with these things? We stay fighting, looking for people. We're going for grants, we're going for loan, but yet we have these things. And this sector is a sector we're going to take weeks on. Who it hurts, it will hurt you. When your knees slip in it, we'll call it. We're tired of working for little. Liberians are fed up with the issue of rich country. How can rich country, poor people? How do we reconcile these things? We got our hospitals on the drugs. We got our schools out of teaching materials. No stationery. Students are sitting on broken chairs, benches. Our laws are taking out of this country on a daily basis. Officers will have to go and buy their own uniforms and all of these things. Transport sector so poor. We are operating, just imagine, over 20 years we out of the civil crisis. And we still fighting, saying we want to set up the sector better. Electricity goes. When it comes, somebody in the 70s, the 80s will join the children that were born yesterday, 2-3 years old. As soon as the lights come on, everybody will jump the Lone Star School on Preserve, France. Ambassador, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Liberia, and our folks listening to us. We encourage you to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, our online radio is important. And this is about Liberia. And it is important that as a country, we have in mind that these issues are very important and we should discuss them with seriousness and with sincerity in heart. You know, after getting this report, I begin to hear the name Gao Frank. Remember the man who was found by the Ministry of Mines and Energy in Buffalo County. He was fined 18 million. He operated there illegally and even went into another duly recognized construction area. And since then, that money have not been paid in totality. We heard that something around 3,300,000 was paid first, and then later on it is. Now we're now hearing his name in this thing. This is the man who was involved with this allegation that he and Eugene Fagon working together, that they told one Momo to lie on another Chinese national who has revealed or given the secret of another Chinese man, say this man is encroaching on your land. You're duly right. What you're being paid for, what you are paid to the government of Liberia to operate. So they had a conspiracy to lie on him so that he can go to the house and that he can be deported from this country. And the house wanted to take seize of that matter, and Associate Justice Sianne Clinton Johnson got involved in that matter and said, hey, this is a matter of law, it has come already to the court, so it's no longer an issue of the house. They don't heard the young man came out to confess again that Barry, the minister, Gao Fan, is called the original minister. I don't know who made minister in Liberia. It's called Barry.
Reportedly, he controls whoever goes to the Ministry of Land, the Ministry of Mines and Energy.
Like he is the minister.
So they normally refer to him
as the real minister.
The rumors that he's the real minister because
the real minister.
You get that. You know, in time past, we heard ministers who serve in that position as Minister of Mines and Energy. Oh, illicit mining taking place in Liberia in the past and present. The same message keep repeating.
They keep coming.
How are we solving these problems?
There was a report again that in some part of Moscow County he's doing black sand mining, allegedly. Now he is being caught all the way there, Grand Bassa and other parts of Liberia, and now the EPA has now taken a bold step on him. You know,
we are told every mineral sand mining taking place in this country by foreign nationals.
Yes. What are they doing with it? And our leaders have not come to realize or to pitch themselves in Liberia with what the poor carrying black sand.
Celebrating somebody giving you 2 million, 5 million when you got all what it takes.
And it will not be careful, Wiki. The similar thing that we complain of in the past, we were brought down to the same thing in this country.
No, don't say we were brought down. We already into it. The Minister of Mines Energy said that quite recently. You heard some of the senators who were talking. You listened to Senator Abache when he went to Grand County, a man who also reportedly been involved in illicit mining.
Yeah.
He was deputy minister dismissed for some allegation that he was involved into illicit mining at the time during the regime of Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. He was out of the position, but today he can go back home and now say the people Burkina Bees quite recently were being arrested. So what are we doing?
Yeah, in Polk County, and they are having this huge presence of dangerous chemicals that may affect the people of Polk County there. How did they smuggle these things in the country?
They once in a point in time, they got affected.
So
ratchets were all in the skin because the area where mining and other things were taking place, the water got polluted by chemical. So all of these things.
Yeah, you saw the chemical spill into Grand Cayman and Bombay County that affected several livelihoods of our people there. Why is it we are so rich and still begging begging. We want grant,
Yeah.
we want loan, we want grant, we want loan. Whereas we have the resources, then we bring in people to rob us or rob the people of this country, and they leave.
And
I can understand that.
The most shocking part of it, somebody leaves from Asia, like China, walks into Liberia and just get equipment, moving equipment, goes into one forest and just start mining or logging or doing sand mining.
Yeah.
With that bravery.
Yeah. Our people doing lesson.
But something must be behind it.
Sure.
Somebody must be protecting this person. Somebody, because I don't see where Liberian would get up more money. A Liberian man or woman say, I go into China, and he or she goes to China and get in one forest and say that, yeah, I'm going to start mining for.
I want you to play your part.
I just want to see where you're at.
Yeah.
Burkina Bees will come to Liberia in their numbers and decide to say they're doing farming, they're doing logging, they're doing mining. They only hear our official government, oh, the Burkina Bees are in our forest. Man.
And it's too shameful. It's very shameful and hard to believe and accept that our leaders will be treating the country like this. Why would one Chinese man come and say, who are appointed as minister? He the one that showing all the Chinese people how they can get class B lesson. I heard recently that
you find somebody 18 million, they are settled that the person will pay 300,000.
And that case is very serious. And I'm asking the Ministry of Lands Mines, where is the money that the fine that was imposed on this man in Babylon County? We are hearing allegedly that about 29 million worth of mineral was extracted from that area. Imagine if they can impose a fine of 18 million on that man and his company. Tell me that means he has committed a very grave act against this country, allegedly. But we few people eat the money and allow the rest of the citizens to die in abject poverty. This is very much unthinkable for our country.
People have lived without seeing the impact of the resources that they were being told that the country is rich in their lives. We stay paying teachers 150. We stay paying police officers, military people 150, 250. And people we expect to take this matter seriously into their hands for the benefit of the country and the growth and development of the country and to have a positive impact in the lives of the people that they lead. They prefer to receive what they can receive to better their lives and leave the people to be beggars.
Yes. Why? And it's so much unthinkable that every time a government comes, the whole people who should be responsible and credible indeed to fight for their people go into a position, but these are the very people that will rob the citizens.
Yeah.
What kind of country is this?
Always in the business of saying
we've been crying on this illicit money in this country over and over. You know how many dredges are poking over our waters? And our citizens are dying. Yeah, now we're hearing monkeypox. How much of an effect this one will pinch us? Nobody thinking.
And these are sectors we should just turn and see how we can infuse money in sector and be ready, prepared to combat such disease.
Sure.
Before the war, we are told the mining sector or the mining industry were contributing around 25% to our national domestic gross product.
Where are we now?
Our GDP. Now we are told reportedly that 15%. And we've been on a war since then. Before, during the crisis, based on the warring factions that we held fighting, the region they were in, or they were mining, doing all of the illicit mining, logging, and all of these things for the exchange of weapons or other things.
But still, they will beat.
Now we already done with the civil crisis in 2003. Why are we still contributing later to such major industry that kept the country running?
Because
from the 50s,
part of the money goes in individual pockets, and our leaders must answer question of this.
And we will say this morning, Mr. President, please observe your official from the Ministry of Mines and Energy. When you see some of them that they got the table rings
Yeah. Big.
You know,
they are gold chain. You can't even believe it that I mean, it's having on your neck or as bracelets.
but what we've been told behind the scene reportedly, that where they invest the money, that collateral, those rings, those chains, when they travel out of Liberia, reportedly some of them will sell it.
The collateral they carry.
They got some of them. The investment is in it almost around 5, 6, 7, 8, 10,000 United States.
They carry it and sell it and put it in the bank on that side. They know that they got something there. They can go anytime and when they want to travel. So you see the wickedness. You see how devilish our people are. You see, and we continue to come to the people. Oh no, we will work for your interest. We'll make sure you will get this. Listen. This is very much, and one of the people that I know be kept on, we get these mining inspectors. These inspectors.
No, it's the new. I think the book I saw in the said that the new opening spot.
These inspectors are not doing justice in this country. Imagine the people operating illegally in 2 sites in Billable Town, Grand County, without proper environmental permit. Who carried them there if they don't have permits? The inspectors, those inspectors on the field, they are the ones responsible that they cover these people. Imagine they found that all of the identified mining companies, along with the dozens of Class B mining in Grand County, Rosses, Maryland, Grand Bon, Lofa, they are using heavy machines. They dredge the earth mover without proper environmental permits. How then did they get into butchers? So it means that we will get the resources. We're doing business with people. We're just in a hurry. Remember, we go behind on my court. I told you one time, Ambassador, I said when there are businesses and deal in this country being signed between consensus company like Liberia, our leaders that go there are just only concerned. When will we sign? You have to get that sign quick, we get on the court. I want to go somewhere. Because quick, I want to go somewhere. People don't like this country. They don't love Liberia. They don't. How will you, as a leader, how people operating illegally and they don't bother you? And these are the counties that Liberia depend on. Grand Kool, Rosses, Maryland, Grand Bon, Lofa, and other counties. These are talking about the Babolu, the Bomi, the Kema, the Lofa County. Remember, these are counties Liberia depend on, where our resources are being deposited for the betterment of this country.
Yeah.
But our leaders.
And if you look at some of the mineral companies that we talk about in Liberia, you take for instance Biochico or Reason that their operational license was revoked by the president. If you look at the Mineral Development Agreement section 10.8, they have not built a clinic with qualified medical staff as documented within the agreement.
Mm-hmm.
You see some of these names? And you look at section 8.2a, they have not paid a cent for the 3 years period as relates to the yearly payment of social contribution that constitute $500K US yearly. And these people are operating.
Yeah. If you look at the amended 2000 mineral law, the environmental management law 2002, those people that will violate in using mining equipment without the approval of Liberia and the relevant institution.
And not just using mining equipment, but you must have the license to use it.
You must be permitted. They should be in prison up to 20 years, or they pay a fine of 50,000.
You're using Class A equipment.
Yeah, You
Other men,
go
other people going for inspection, you told the men to go harm machine.
yeah, any bunker there. You know, sometimes they go for the artisanal small scale mining.
Yeah.
But at the end result, they will carry dread.
Some of the earth moving equipment that they are using,
they carry
excavator, where you know.
They carry all of these things. And it is an issue. Yeah? And the environmentalist and the former assistant minister of mines during the regime of former president Emmanuel T. Suen, he said the environmental implications of unregulated mining are huge. Then if they are huge, where are the laws? You know, we always identify the problem, but we don't solve the problem. If they are huge, where is the law to regulate?
Ambassador VAR, have you seen the property of TT Swan?
Where is it? Former assistant minister.
Have you seen the properties of TT Swan?
They know the problem, Liberians, but they will never solve the problem.
If you are seeing the property of TT Swan as assistant minister, you will not be talking what you're talking now. You will be shocked. This is a man who even went on study leave. He comes back as a way and pleasure, collect what he wants to, go back. That man built for himself condominium. Today people are renting.
Oh, Liberia. Liberian, the leaders don't lie too much. They can lie to the people. They are the cause of Liberian poor suffering. Imagine if we can find minors according to the law up to 50,000, or you go to jail up to 20 years. You did my some money now in jail, or they pay the money.
You carry somebody, you find somebody 18 million and the person pay 300,000.
Yeah.
What sort of agreement is
What's that? And you know that these folks who are constructing roads, they are involved in the mining activities also. Yes. We've been following some issues. Currently in Muscle County. In Muscle County. The folks are hearing this morning. They are mining. When they go to some area, you see them go to look for rock. You see them do the rock. They are also carrying on prospects.
They're going to go look for lawsuit for oil again in the morning.
No, but they see it's hurting Liberia. What's my going to talk here?
You will not see me.
You got the old man as a president. You even had a member younger than they were saying driving him. The old man Baba come there. The folks are enriching themselves. I heard allegedly some passing story came out that women pay is complaining somebody forged a signature to be able to produce a class B list. The police people can be forging, falsifying their police documents just to give the people. Where are we now? They say somebody forged a signature to give a class B lesson. How many of those cases go around? If you enter the bush, the loggers are there, the miners are there, and our bush is on fire with these people. You will hear equipment upon equipment. Liberia, I don't know who will rise up for this country.
Liberians are used to extract their own resources and improve the economy of other countries. And we see and hear these things. But our folks will take all of the times and energy they're fighting for a parking lot. They're fighting for speakership. They fighting how to open somebody's car door and move the embossing office to change Salino and all of these things. You don't like to hear these things. You don't want to hear it. Do the right thing. You see, President Boaga is fighting to see and is able to tell them to get Liberia doing the right thing. that people can benefit from some of these things. But you got folks who are there from the past to the present. All the thing about it is about their benefit. What do I benefit now? What do I hold? What do I own? And you know, it's good said that the asset recovery team will be going to the legislature to talk about the progress made so far, what they have achieved, what's the prospect, how operations are unfolding. But yet, look at some of the things. Just imagine. You know, today will be too embarrassing day. We'll just be talking some. We say all of what.
And Ambassador, the statement he made, the Liberians are the one involved in bringing these people in the
Nobody would be brave to leave China's India, Ghana, Nigeria, and just walk here and feed a free land here and just go down.
Like the example the guy was giving into Bon County, when they say they come to inspect the high equipment, the regulators, when the regulators arrive, those equipment are taken to butchers. If they will put it in river, they'll put it in river to hide it. And the very Liberians shield those people. And it make the investigation nearly impossible. Let me say something. Dr. Ure Yabawolo, the EPA boss, we trust you. And following your track record, you mean well for this country. Don't allow these people use you to use the Liberian people. Because the tendency is there that when they are under these kind of accusations, they will fight by all means to bar you in their act. They will fight by all means to bar you in their act so that they cannot be exposed. Don't allow them. And they don't find 1, 2, 3 persons, even 2 persons that will stay and stem their presence to say, yeah, we will fight for the Liberian people. Now is the time. And the people have been turned to you. You are the one in this case. With the effort, we can unearth a lot of illegal mining in this country to safeguard our resources. With you, it can't. Imagine the locusts are there. The citizens, our mothers, our brothers, our children, sons and daughters in those areas. We expect by this time those are places that development should be having the focus point. But it's not. They are among the more poorest in this country.
And let me just say something to the folks. It's so shameful. We were celebrating, just imagine a country called Barbados. In this year 2025, Barbados is projected to have a gross domestic product, the GDP, of 7.55 billion US dollar. And according to the information they represent, a slight increase from 7.17 billion in 2024. And according to the information, the real GDP growth for 2025 is forecast to be 2.7%, driven by sectors like tourism, construction, and business services, according to the Central Bank of Barbados. You can go there.
These are people that we are larger than.
They have not even reached 1 million.
They reach 1 million euros.
Why would the people be able to?
The people we pretended that we put
the first thing they put on the land, they said tourism, that the first they put there, tourism, construction, and business services. Because people will be traveling.
The reason why the people are yielding the result of this thing here, the reason the people are yielding the result of this thing is because there are sincere people over these sectors. There are sincere people over these sectors. Surely, if Liberia have sincere people, And I'm worried. I'm worried. We won't pay us on a time bomb. I'm worried. I'm worried. We won't pay on the time bomb.
Yeah, I ain't want to tell them how many of them going.
I'm worried because in the recent time, recent times he's concerned about wearing the coat suit, traveling abroad, going to seminars and all of the summits around the world. He want to be in clean, go. Why is folks are down here doing what they can do? Dredges are entering this country. You know what they can bring the dredge in Liberia? They can bring it at night.
According to the World Bank, 2023, the gross national income for Barbados in 2023, the gross national income was 5,785,000,000. That was in 2023.
That people didn't reach near also. They didn't reach 1 million population. But we were here setting table before. The people who reach more than us, we setting table before them. They're looking at us about the
World Bank said in 2023, at the time again, the gross domestic product. It is too simple.
So much.
Then we talk about, that Brussels rich.
I don't want to hear, man. I really don't want to hear that. And it is
200 and some more thousand people in one country.
But they live a good life. And
they are in billions.
We have resources more than them. But what they have, they are managing.
The first focus of the people in investment, the domestic national domestic product, tourism, construction, business services. Tourism is the first. Look at that girl say, oh, we got mineral, we got that one, we got that one. We stay hanging around 800 million, 700 million, 700 million. When we go 800 million, we call one major press conference, we have celebration, we pop champagne. We are not rich. People who are not even reached 1 million in their population, they are discussing 7 billion plus. Liberia discussing 800 million plus. Look at how we're planning to develop Liberia in the next couple of years. We want 8.1 billion to do that.
And if you look at the process of gold and diamonds and artisanal mining in this country under the umbrella regulations of Liberia, licensed by mining minerals in Liberia currently, we have about 1,251 gold miners in Liberia. We have about 321, what the government know, diamond miners in Liberia. And the others about 570. That includes Class A mining, Class B, what about 64 companies in gold, 7 in diamonds. Class C, we got about 751, 273 in diamonds. And we got Class A, 2, nobody in diamonds. But that's what I'm saying. This is what the government has. But when you look in the bush, it's more than that.
And see the funny part of this. The battles that we all were celebrating quite recently, this is the historical statistics of the last couple of years. 2025, the population, according to the information, 282,623. That the poor population. The urban population, 91,766 by 2025. 2024, 416.
And then the market population there.
Yeah.
More than that.
How can we be having Look at most of Ireland now. We have 1.7 million people.
But are the people running behind to almost like you eat 12 rate, you coming down to help somebody. Why they depending on you? You've been existing long. They depending on you, but you going to them to learn from them. We're in trouble. Eh? And when I said that Women Page, the Minister of Mines and Energy, he's on a time bomb with the monitoring process. Is a full responsibility under the Ministry of Mines and Energy, and they have divided Liberia into 70 mining districts. They tell you about how many mining agents are assigned to each of them. They got about 200 patrolmen dispatched to different mining districts, and they got about 250 inspectors all over the country. But in the recent report by the GSC revealed that 69% of the field staff, that is about 78% of inspectors, 72% of patrolmen, and these people, they are not employed by the ministry.
We are going to continue with that. Let's go for our sponsor this morning. Let's go for our sponsor this morning, Mary Magar.
Why? Why are you having inspectors that are now employed by the Ministry of Mines and Energy? Why? They say due to lack of funds. With all of these mining areas across the country?
We said the sector was devastated due to the crisis in Liberia.
So how many army will there? Maybe we're having 1,800, for example, military members. We're having about 2,000 when I employed. Let's go.
One thing we ask of you, one thing that we.
The people are into selling Mary Magar hot tea medicine all over in Lofa, Nimba, and all of Bon counties. The people finally now settled down in Moserado County. The Mary Magar hot tea medicine here. People in Lofa, people in Bon counties have been buying the Mary Magar hot tea medicine. People with terrible sicknesses, and most of them have been healed and been giving testimony about the Mary Magar hot tea medicine and how good it is. Finally, the people now settled down in Moserado County here. In Moserado County here, Monrovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafan, opposite Makumba Bendu tissue factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Mary Magar hot tea people. They're going to be sending the Mary Magar hot tea to you. And if you want to buy this Mary Magar hot tea medicine, that's small money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of your sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. This medicine they call Mary Magar hot tea can take away or kill all kinds of sicknesses, and some of the sicknesses that a Mary Magar hot tea medicine can cure are typhoid fever. Every time you're feeling cold in your body, you're feeling sick, infection, stomach complaint. Every day you complaining with your stomach. You say my stomach hurting, my mom my stomach hurting, my wife my stomach hurting. Even women that cannot see their period, the medicine they call Mary Magar hot tea can solve it. A sexual weakness, you can't do your homework go, you come from working or you go somewhere, you come back home, you can't do your homework go. Your woman tells you say bad limit man, sexual weakness in both men and women. They Mary Magar hot tea, they can cure it. Numbness in the body, eye problem. Every time you complain with your eye, you can't see clear. The Mary Magar hot tea can solve it. It can cure it. Also, every time you complain with your stomach boiling, you can't eat pepper, you can't eat this one. Also, the Mary Magar hot tea can solve it. It can cure it. Rheumatism, back pain. Every time you complain with your back, my back hurting, pain in my back. Mary Magar hot tea medicine can cure it. Diabetes, the sugar problem. This Mary Magar hot tea can cure it. Skin disease and many more. Mary Magar hot tea medicine can cure all these problems. Here are some of the testimonies of people that Mary Magar hot tea medicine has cured, and today they are free and living happily.
My name is Zizi Galima.
Okay.
I live in Kool, Kisi. But this medicine have done well for me from Monday to this Monday, making it 1 week.
Okay.
The first of all, Carrefour have been disturbing me. That even it have taken me more than 5 years, I don't take back with cold water. But this medicine makes the way I sweat, the heat coming on fine, I take back with cold water, and I'm fine in the body. And also even my outside have not been too clear. But it make now I can see a distance, seeing very clear, and also as a man, it made me active, sexually active. I play my game number 1. I used to always play weakness in the defense, but now I'm strong. If I can leave on the defense, go school and come back, which is my sexual organ is very, very active.
That's great.
As a young man, I'm moving strong. All of my joints that have been hurting my waist, everything free. This medicine is very, very good. It's natural. It's very good. It don't have any side effect, but it do it well, perfect.
My mother was sick. I've been spending money from hospital to hospital, but that time she almost died. Me send for my people and the kid. And when I hear the news over here, I have brought her. Well, I tell God, thank you. She well. And even my auntie, they call Yene. She was saying she was not working good. She was in the same church. And when I told her, people come here.
Okay.
They need testimony.
All right.
So they medicine. And that's when we were supposed to play with. Even my mother had testimony because she was not working, she was not talking. But if you test when people see what I want, maybe every time people going to come here for their medicine.
Okay.
So their medicine, but they're doing well. My Oma, yeah, she was not working. Our baby in the house. She was not coming outside, but now she got washed, she go in the bathroom, she pay for herself. She was not ever asking people.
I
was give it the bag and you get to go out. The baby call about okay.
Now I studied in the for away you. Can I hang on the little food? Now can no mama, can no mama, can no mama. I can no mama. Mama can no mama.
Well, I was suffering for 7 years, going up and down, no way. When I heard about you, I go to Foya about the medicine from buying this medicine. I'm feeling healthy than the way I was before. So my people who listen to me, the medicine, the good medicine, that make me to be alive today, got the first, second this medicine.
So what kinds of sickness you are suffering from?
Our foot problem.
Foot?
Yes, my foot problem.
Okay. How long that was working? You said 7 years, right?
7 years.
Okay, thank you. You are welcome.
I'm well now.
Rush now and buy this medicine, Mary Maga Hot Tea, for some more money. The Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine is sold for $350 $. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. In Motorado County here, Monrovia, Liberia, the people, when you go to Bonafide, opposite Makumba, Bendu Tissue Factory, right beyond the block factory, you will see the people office that they Mary Maga Hot Tea people. They're going to be sending the Mary Maga Hot Tea to you. For more information, you can call the following numbers: 0777 444 591, 0770 913361 and 0776 369805. And if you want to buy this Mary Maga Hot Tea medicine, that's more money. The whole week, 7 days dose is just 5,600 LD. If you buy the medicine here, you take all of the dose, my sister, my brother, all of your sicknesses you've been suffering with gonna be cured. And so rush now and you will live happily.
To say to you, Mary Maga has proven to be effective among those who have had the opportunity to come across this process. So you are encouraged to try the Mary Maga hot tea in the morning, in the evening, and some of the reports are favorable. Imagine someone right now getting used to the taste of the Mary Maga process, and they are saying they're making now their normal tea process upon. But the beauty of this is, while you are getting along with the Mary Maga, is cleaning the system, is cleaning the body, is making you healthy, is making you safe, is making you feel good. So again, we have come to say it's important that you try these herbs, this product. It's a supplement, very easy to drink, and it is not sold anywhere in Macerado, because it's Macerado, as a matter of fact. It's not sold anywhere else in Macerado, but to the Bananas Farm area. If you're in other parts, like for now it's in 4 counties, 3 including Macerado, you will get this product. But it has proven to be effective in other counties. And it has proven to be effective in Macerado. Imagine some side this campaign upon. There are folks who have gone, there are 3 doses, 4, and some of them who have gone 2, and they're feeling much better, you see. So it's good. Some of you might be suffering from diseases that you've been struggling with for long. Some of you say, oh, my own sickness, that ulcer, my own sickness, that typhoid, my own sickness, that low blood pressure, my own sickness with this. Rheumatism, my own sickness. When I tell, especially coming to the reading season, all the folks will be crying from their knees, their joints, and all these things. Some of you got eye problem. Some of you, most of the female, you got growth. Some of you got stroke. You suffer from these things. It is time that you try Marimaga. Some are having acute sexual transmitted diseases, and you don't know where to turn. It's important that you get to try the Marimaga. It's a supplement that you drink in the morning, you drink in the evening. In the morning, in the evening. And you drink this before eating anything. After it, there should be at least 30-45 minutes to an hour before you eat. Or you go into bed after you finish eating everything. When you now go into bed, you drink your tea, and then you go and rest. Then it starts to work into your body. This is very much important for you, our people. And there are testimonies. Before this, there were testimonies, more than 15,000 testimonies of those that were healed. And coming to this, we already have started getting testimonies up on. So please try Marimaga. Marimaga is now in Macerado County. It's in the Bananas Farm area, right opposite the tissue factory. Go there and get your package. And one thing we want to encourage you, don't wait for people to bring it to you, or you want to find it somewhere, you won't find it except you go there. Because the opportunity given you to ask all of the questions, you want to ask, all of the doubts that you have will be clear. You see? So you go there, you even see others. Like my colleague usually say, it is not a shrine or somewhere you go that they got to throw gamble seed.
Responsible, like your brother or your best friend.
They your back that hurting you, that you know way back something happened here, I didn't hear. No, not the issue. So it is important that you get to Marimaga and get your dose that will help you. Right now, as I speak to you, folks that go more than 1 month, folks that started with us the first week, second week, third week, a lot of them are giving their own testimonies. They are being relieved, they are feeling different, they are stronger than before. What they were experiencing before is not happening to them. So it's important that you yourself get along with this process. Marimaga hot tea is in Pinzio, it's in Macerado, as a matter of fact, it's in Macerado, and it is important. And sometimes when you are having pains, you can also use that particular supplement as a rub. It can help you. You can use that same product as a rub. And you won't believe the CEO even telling me, remember, I use it as a cream, I wrap it. And it helped. So you see, so it helped inside and outside of the body. So we want to say thanks to you, and those of you who have tried Marimaga, you are doing well for yourself. And those of you who have not tried, who still waiting yet, who still saying I want to wait to see.
The opportunity is still yours.
Yes, opportunity is still yours. And you have
gone and try as well. The folks are there. They will tell you the do's and the don'ts. You know.
You are going to places, trying also the concussions and all that, is still not getting results.
This is Liberia owned. This is not
surely Liberia owned.
That would, you know, this is not, this supplement not something that being imported right from here.
And it's made from plant.
Yeah.
It's a natural process made from plants. So you can call, I'll provide additional numbers for you. Some of you already heard some of the numbers.
Good.
Please write it down. If you tie your code, write the number on the Zing or whatsoever. If you visit now, write it down on the paper so that you can also make use of it later on. You will talk to Mr. Prince B. Gray Sr. He is the program manager, the business manager rather to be precise. 0776 369 805 0888 856 776. I read it again. 0776 369 805 and 0888 856 776. These are the numbers, and you get direction. You want to ask questions, you ask, and it is a utmost plan or admiration of Barry Maga to be all part of Liberia, be all part of the country, right closer to you, so that all that we understand that people are traveling distances to get this product, but Barry Maga is working so strong so that it can come right by you, so that you won't have to spend a lot of struggle to get the product on. And there are folks, just to remind you, there are folks who are taking the product, sending it to America and other parts of the world for their family members there, because some of them are, you know, there are some diseases and illness in your body that you just struggle with now. You just live with it. You say, my own here.
Yeah, you
but it's not for you.
You feel that you can have any solution to such, but
it's not for you. So I want to say thank you. Go there and try. You will certainly come back and thank us that you have gotten results in this process. I want to say thank you this morning. Marima guys are proud sponsor. Also love to say to you, we are also open for business. A lot of you out there who want to sell your products on the shelves, want to sell your goods, want to sell whatever business involved with, come to us and we can do business with you.
Sure, indeed. Let's take this break and be right back this morning on this edition of the Morning Ride. And we are here discussing.
We will explore public-private partnership to supplement or complement government funding, especially in our border modernization efforts and structural reform. We will also develop a citizen bill, complaint and feedback mechanism introduced to improve accountability. Simultaneously, we will embark on a nationwide awareness campaign to educate the public on what immigration is about. Honorable Senators, we do not take this responsibility lightly that comes with this job. Should this honorable body see it fit to confirm our nomination, which we strongly believe it will, we pledge to lead with dignity, foresight, and an unshakable commitment to reform. We will work tirelessly to ensure that the Liberian Immigration Service,
over a period of time, have attracted huge investment, but you don't see the impact in the lives of the people. But countries that we have in Liberia, companies from these countries that are investing, their lives are improved. We still got our people sleeping in tents. From people that we claim to be world giant in steel and other iron ore and other this, and they are not even manufacturing here. We fail to report annually to tell us how much in terms of the return in revenue from the extraction of our golds or our minerals into this country.
Yeah. We are enriching other countries, depleting our resources here.
When these people are not well, they do not seek medication into this country. They are flown out of Liberia.
We'll go there.
I don't care what you do. You pay thing, you put air conditioning, you put water that thing.
But we are what in? I don't know Liberia. Our people are so wicked.
This is
All
one
of us
of the
surpassing
most.
us.
This is one of the most corrupt sector. To the extent you heard it, our officers are used to protect these planes, these areas.
But
usually pay, but when the money goes to their entity, they are giving chicken change while the bosses people definitely walk away with.
Ambassador, I'm just surprised to hear that the GSC audit 2021 is telling me that about 72% of patrolmen, 32% of mining agents, 78% of inspectors are not employed by the ministry. Am I hearing something good from the report? Why are we? So I mean I will put people over a sector or area that are hugely important to us, that generate hugely, and they are not employed.
Just imagine challenge you and calling to the report in Ball Mines that is located 150 kilometers northeast of Monrovia. Just imagine. The highlights continual international interest in the sector. According to the report, the company invested 2.6 billion in 2008, and it started mining or shipping iron ore in 2014.
What a benefit.
Just imagine that.
What's the benefit, Liberia? The sector that should provide jobs. 78% of inspectors, they are not employed. Why are we wasting time to hold it? They want to so they put on their feet doing the work. They're not employed. They will say, look, people are looking for a job.
And they say they get volunteer out there now.
Eh? What kind of players are? We'll soon go to the lines.
And this is not just about now.
It's been happening long.
Nobody called to say, oh yeah, I say the other man get 100 years experience. They think that something that started
but it
for the region of
your man T-Swan, he's saying it.
Yeah.
Then tell me why LA people will say. Why chartered up on them will say.
Where you got an apartment, people paying $250 or more every month.
Yeah. What's the benefit of people?
Bill.
He said, man, you're good at man. My man, every week I want this. Every month I want this. You keep the poor in actual poverty. They drinking chemical water. They dying. You don't care about that.
Why minerals in other countries remain central to the growth and development of the economy of those countries?
What happened in Liberia? So like the Chinese people have that knees on our neck now. Because our only major problem are Chinese.
Before the war, we are told our 25%. After the war, over 20 years of peace and stability, where we have gone to the democratic process over a period of time, with the mining sector contributing 15%.
You get one man who's a Chinese man called himself Barry Khan, say original minister.
Original minister. 0775 919 919 080 919 919.
We're gonna harm you across the country.
If you can look at somebody that has 18 million and you say no, they'll let go behind the wall.
Yeah, let's go talk it there. Then we hear he give money to somebody, say they want to lie on a friend because they want to deport a friend and they want to see the point in the house. And all that using for money, all in that story.
Go ahead.
It's an oldest problem because Liberia, we are a simple, low, intelligent people. We think that if we're making some decision, we're happy. You will not see Chinese.
The poor wicked man.
Asian men working for Asia with anything. Came here and penetrated your system, control your system, calling himself the real minister. Who does that? No, this is why someone when I sit down and think. I think we have 3 branches of government. But one of the we see in low people were when it comes to education, very, very good. They don't think who make decisions in the interest of us. Is how the land legislature there. Because all of those things that we experience today, they derive from those people. Who does such things? Where in any country that you collect in the 5% of your salary, your revenue go on salary, how much will you use on development?
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. That's the question we are asking ourselves. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Go ahead, sir.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Yeah, on national radio, I want to share this with you. I said it to you before. I got information to share with you, so you'll take it to your show.
Okay, we'll call you after the show. Let's talk to our callers on the line. Good morning.
Good morning to the Queen Ambassador, Ambassador Nat, and Pastor Wiki Brook.
Go ahead.
Take the force of Luthor, global psychic of the 25 states most of the country. You see, what embarrassing in this country, the foreigner, they are not our problem. Because we have the land, and the land is belongs to us, the country is belongs to us. But then, not count case study of some of the country. What some of the country you see, really all they are not under control. But you see that corruption has taken over. Every little thing they put in for working corruption on. So our leader, they are leaders, and they will say their thing grow. Oh no, you see, you get rid of poverty and grow up. They challenge people to grow. They run our country. They give on right. They will say, oh, you are carrying on. He says, so many say, oh, go monitor. We will not go to do working there, but they'll go to Chinese. They get a little thing, they put in their pocket, they walk away. Whichever country is there. Every time we discuss it, our leader cannot even respond. They can't even respond. They can't respond. So, again, we have been radical in the country, and we will not be radical in the country. The men will safeguard the country in the same way they go away. So, we pray that the country be blessed. They are called Black Liberia, and you remain strong. Thank you for the show.
Thank you for being part of the conversation. Let's talk to other callers you like.
Good morning, Nat. Good morning, William.
Good morning.
Different Tamba, go ahead.
This is Abraham Tamba calling from Pinsville. We say the towns without number. The mining sector, the mineral sector of this country is at the verge of, collapsing and losing everything that we have as our inheritance, as our God-given gift to this country. What our president or other past president doing? They cannot create a mineral bank. A mineral bank. If somebody is mining, for example, in job, they give you 30% of whatever they take. Why you can't store that one here? You can't create a bank to store the gold for you. The place can carry to sell it and make money. The people can come here and buy it from you with a high cost. They have a ration.
No,
they have a
they're not going to idea.
People will buy it at the end of the day, then you make more money. But then even the little one that was going to get 30% share of what the mineral they are getting, we can give it to them for little or nothing. If somebody can go reverse and buy gold, 1 gram, $4,500 in the bush there, imagine when the metric and how much you will get out of it. Imagine what the money, the multiplication. It will be 5 times of what you are selling here. But our people are not paying attention to these things. They only look at cash. They're not looking at the mineral that you can put the mineral somewhere. Those people, those investors are coming, people that are behind them can come there to buy it themselves. And will make more money. Or go to real estate. The area they call Sam Beach. Can you make living container in the forest?
You know what they're getting?
I shouldn't really know out here, you go 11 times. The whole area there, no water there, drink, no water, every 4 hours.
Yesterday, the president had a cabinet meeting with some government official ahead of other entity with the issue of the president was talking about looking at strategy how to increase domestic revenue or resource mobilization.
Will it grow there? Will it grow there? The crops?
Yeah, the grow.
You're not achieving anything?
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. President. Good morning, Mr. Survivor.
On the point sincere. Good morning, go ahead.
What is this person like from Pinch Juba? You know, the issue about the Chinese in Liberia, you know, is getting alarming. Those guys are involved with valuable practices all around the world, and in Liberia, we have been into this thing for a very long time. They take people, they use you sometimes 2-3 years, they don't even employ you, they only pay you, and nothing comes for others. You know what, just discussing them yesterday, when I listened to one of the sister program, I listened to one of my good friends, Jimmy Chi, talking about after a Chinese man, and one of our long, three miles was long because a Chinese man was for a tussle. And after the tussle, the long people get realize that those guys are working with the Chinese on the highway at the on pay. So that he pay $4. So it just comes to the concern of the lawmaker after they talk to that, those guys are being $4. And for a 5 years, those guys work on a road or shipping material, and it's wrong. You have a small company around here that provides shipping materials for their workers, but on the way you see those guys working in slippers, using machines. And that's unfortunate for our country for all the treated this way. Just for the time this morning.
You're welcome.
Your life.
So you mean that the person not telling you anything?
Good morning, Ambassador of Bar. Good morning to Ambassador of Brooks. My big up brothers.
Well, man, but if you go ahead.
For the record, I'm Abraham D. Thompson calling from DC County. And the two ambassadors, you guys tell the world, they'll get everything for all the other things. Look, there's a little short thing I saw on the internet. They got came from, I think, Singapore or something, and all they came from Nigeria. They went to school one place in England. When they both of them went to visit each other country, they got from Singapore. The Nigeria guy saw a country lots of in the GPA. But Nigeria was the other team we were looking. So I said, what happened? What going on? They said, what police told them who cared? The men said, honesty in government. Honesty to the people. My man, I want you know, you put anybody somewhere to talk about themselves. Take their children, send them abroad, increase their girlfriends and team, increase their habit, social habit. So when I get nothing abroad, but they keep talking, some of them will cheat one more, some of them will be sagging and then big on the street. That's all. Thank you so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, the two ambassadors. I remain for defender. Say the last part about Peter McCauley and I bring on district number 9 most of the country. And I want to begin on where the legal colleges stop on their face. You know, people will come to government or when they come in, they will save a lot of something for the electric. That the fact that we are elect me, I will make your be eating $5 a day. I will send your children to school. The fact that whatever they're doing, you're not doing good. So, all the work of President Walker, we are seeing this thing. And President Walker is not only to the Nigerian people. Yeah, for example, President Walker said that the always in the OS, you know, without the...
I mean, the problem, you stick to the conversation without all discussing. We're talking about the mining sector here. You come with your own
thing. This is something that been happening from people. Listen now.
Hello?
Yeah.
Sorry, listen.
We say from the period government or past governments and to the current government, we still see before the war, the mining sector was contributing 25% to our national domestic growth.
You still find the problem. Give yourself on this thing.
We talk about 15% from after the Civil War. Then you still go to President Barack. So
when the assistant minister in job, we had time. A bit that this thing was going on. Then you say, but then who are you now? You like
can we see how we can handle the matter, or we will be looking at it?
No, but the first thing the mentor say, he Peter McCauley, he said, "Put the fellow." Then he civilize, but your parents don't civilize.
Good morning.
Too whack.
Good morning, the two ambassadors.
Good morning, sir.
This is very funny calling from the
Go ahead. Okay.
Let's talk to Tommy. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, Max.
Good morning, sir.
This is Tommy Gibson. I am calling from this morning. The local authority thank you guys for discussing the rural issue. Maybe it's about us. It's not about any other person. We have known as a big private serious. We get ask from local. There is no river in local country. Don't need backup. You need the Ghanaian police there. And who go behind it? The Bureau Commissioner.
The Turkey are all aware. And so when the then and man minister sent people there, I don't know how to call it, whatever they give them. They take it back for this, you come and they go in the bush. They go in the bush.
Then one man said, I choose a back
I mean, they are caught. We need to be sure about it. We like don't have to get because it's what we're supposed to get and to develop this country. That broke and develop about we ourselves. Only that broke and develop this place. You don't go to Ghana. We want to Ghana in Virginia. We'll talk about when we go to get money work up. You know, I said that talk about that work up. They will ask you, come from that door, you bring water here. You bring water here, you come from that door, you bring water here. So the poor people here. Then we say here, our minerals are going. And developing other countries while we are talking, we need to be serious in the country. Our ministers are how to get up anywhere that put and put in the budget and be able to help this country to go. Thank you for this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you as well.
Why would this man say one part? You want to buy, you would have your own platform. You buy yourself.
You see, that's what we said. Look,
you're not defending a proper defender. You're not defending nothing.
We're discussing Liberia. Let's look at the issue.
Yeah. If your assistant minister do not say says that this is going on,
yeah, good morning.
Then why you didn't see it?
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, Jones, go ahead.
Yeah, Jones came back to calling from the Happy community. And good morning to the listening audience. Yeah, I love you critical and normally love to think out of the box and do not think the way many people think. My point is this: the reason for which we, the citizens of this country, are not benefiting from the wealth of this nation is because of the high level of dependency syndrome from time past to current. Our leaders, they go out there, they beg for everything. See, for example, you just see now President Boyka goes China and say with the Chinese president. There will be a news maker in this country where there will be a whole lot of MOU and a whole lot of promise. Till we can leave the cycle of dependency syndrome, leave the cycle of begging all the nation, we will reap the benefit of the world of this nation.
Yeah.
And that, we won't. And see, for example, those Chinese ambassadors, they respect the money law because you know what they're depending? Their dependence that indeed they cannot be persecuted in this nation. One, two, the government just phone call from the ambassador, the war scot-free. Don't not bring it to away with the issue of begging. Our leaders, let's forget about this growing foreign country, growing India, as a reason for the Indian men are beating Liberians all in the city. The Lebanese are beating Liberians because we are hugely dependent. We love to beg too much, and we hear our leaders when they're out there begging. And to my brother Tommy Fruman, the reason for we the Clan Chief and the rest of the people are supporting the Uganda for illegal activities that they are not benefiting from the wealth of the nation. They depend on the government to protect. If the government fails to protect the wealth of the nation, you should expect the citizens to go out there and lure those guys and explore the nation. Tell the government to protect the citizens, protect the wealth of the nation. And when the people see the benefit of the wealth, going back to the village, they'll say, indeed, we have government. Therefore, nobody will tell illicit money in this country. Tell our government can do those two things. We do it with dependency, do it with banking, and protect the wealth of the nation, protect the little community from which the wealth is coming from. Then you will see a different nation. But we control you are little with a bag or around for all Boston from India, those all not developed nations, and we celebrate. Look at the talk about the battle. We celebrate the battle. Is that? Oh God, this nation.
Thank you this morning for being part of the conversation. And you see, this is where most of the time we lost on key issues when we're having some of these conversations. We're looking at things that have taken place for decades. Are we bringing the right people to sit in this position with the knowledge that and feeling that, look, it's time to make Liberia far better, it's time to change the lives of the people? Or we still want to put ourselves in a space where we wear our political garments? We are discussing, just imagine, we talk about 14 years civil war. We spoke about past governments and present government. 12 years after the war, Madam Ellen Johnson left this country. The sector was being faced with the same issue of illicit mining, corruption. President George Weah came at the time, former President George Weah, 6 years. Today, the Unity Party-led government, headed by President Joseph Yuma Barker, in power, we still faced with the same thing. So why will you still be going why will you want to be talking about President Barker-led government when you also have the chance to have straightened things?
He never did it.
You did not.
Then we discuss the
matter what. And you still want to wear garment and still talk about these things. Until somebody can realize that you were first born as a Liberian before taking your decision to join political party. Trust me, Liberia will go nowhere because of their poor thinking.
But we say what affecting Liberians in the president now.
If the money sector is contributing hugely to the government envelope, you know that your salary will increase. Your party is not even paying you.
Even the very force is teaching will get opportunity from this, that they will benefit from the resources of that country. So my man, let me leave him.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning, guys. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, this is Mo Francis calling from the GSU. I want to say thanks to you this morning. You have said it all. And honestly, to be honest with you, less amount is that ministry they cleaning up. From the staff, from the hair all the way down, we noticed that we put people in traffic area, they are not being sincere to the Liberian.
Yes, and that's what we're talking. We need to look. That's like you said, that place and other places need cleaning up. We got to be honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
What happened is that I will tell you.
Whether you come from another party or you feel you when you campaign or when they gain your position now, you want that aid, you there, then things are not improving.
To be honest, I know if Chinese company, the two Chinese companies here, they are going for a lesson to let the man that lesson are not being given to them, but the guy have money.
I tell you.
The car still in the processing, the document is still at the less amount the car have paid for a $75,000 US car. I tell you, go to Palm Springs, you see the car parked there. They in the bush the money with all election in this country. So the issue is not about the president. You know, sometimes it irritates me that the president was not listening to some of your show. Sometimes he just took a radio to listen to the public concern. I think we have.
Yes, you make it. That's a point there too as well. But you know the president doesn't come with a whole lot of tax or responsibility, and you expect people to listen to guide you in the process.
Sure.
But because I remember they only love to tell our leaders the nice thing and don't say the real truth to them because they want to protect their jobs.
Yes, because I can remember your police show, even your police show, True FA recommended to the president the last time the president listened to them regarding the robot. They are and the president listened to action. And you say, Maka and O'Neill. So the president too, sometimes too, you need to listen. I've noticed that when the president listens to your platform, or the president listens to other platforms, they normally take action. So I think the pastor there around the president are telling you, they don't be listening to the radio show, they be talking all kind of things there, they want to spoil your government. I think you need to step up again. But honestly, brother, gentlemen, in Pastor Institute, the ministry or the very work area need to be cleaned up. There are people that are there for the minister, when you are minister, you get what you sit down and you start running your own shoe, you start even care.
And thank you, my brother. And you know, one of the things that normally I wonder, trying to get it around my head or try to fine tune it, is that I don't know what normally officials of government, when they are appointed, where confirmation is applicable, when they are confirmed, they just hit the ground with high speed like they were in it.
Yeah. They come like they're so transparent. But as soon as you go look after a quarter of a year or half a year, you go low.
The minister, he don't sit in the office. He wakes up unannounced, he visiting some area, everybody, oh yeah, the man is working. Inspector General of Commerce looking for expired goods in warehouses and other places. By the end of the day, it dies down. You don't hear anything. We need to be honest to ourselves. The matter that we're discussing like well, we are not discussing political party. Because all of the political parties that have been elected to steer the affairs of this country, that political sector we're discussing has miserably failed, poorly delivered. Then you come back, you want to call President Joseph Yuma Baga as the problem? No! And you naming President Joseph Yuma Baga as the problem. What happened to President George that his brother-in-law reportedly was mining with AFL protected them in Grand Crew and Sano County? Are you aware of that? It was being reported. Our men and women are used for the wrong reason. People are elected mining wrongly, illegally mining, and we have our officers who should be protecting us are the ones that are being used to protect these areas.
Yeah, man.
Good morning.
You life.
Right. So the issue in video there, you see, when you see people trying to make statements, sometimes you give them a chance to...
No, don't tell me what to see or what to do. That's why we set the basic. Give me a chance.
I will partake.
You will not partake. You see, these are some of the problems. But while we're discussing the broad issue, and we told you from the onset, how do we change these things? You are elected. All of us, we elect these people. Are we the one responsible and not being sincere to ourselves to choose the right people? We should be asking ourselves.
No, but I should allow somebody to come and say something like that, right?
We wouldn't go after people.
Then someone let somebody talk.
So where do we go? Can we go for big foreign national to go run Liberia when we are the ones that the Constitution states are eligible to vote these people into offices? We are not concerned about that. You're concerned about telling somebody they might laugh. We're discussing something so you can change it into politics. Look, let me make you understand. We are well schooled to what we are discussing. What we're discussing, you will not just bring your mere politics and sway the direction of the colors or listener to go your way. Some of you will know your tactics, you can be on. But it don't work with some of us. Your life.
Good morning, not with you.
Good morning.
Yes, go ahead.
My name is Union Miller, calling from Marshall Highway.
Union, where have you been? It's been a while.
You might be on sabbatical.
Yeah, bro. Let's go for your market out. And first, the why you people discuss, me, I will always say this. What's killing us in this country gradually is lack of sincerity. We're not fair to ourselves.
Sure.
Other people will just come out and say, oh, as soon as they start fighting for power when we get in our ring.
And these are some of the conditions, these are some of the conditions that were used to persuade the people. But they will not want a change because they will always come back and say, I can handle this.
Yeah, they will using that number to say, oh yeah, I will change things. But as soon as they themselves, they fall that inside and then they get into that creep.
Oh no, man. They start to whine and dine into the very thing that they said they were going to change.
No, so long we don't get any legal very hard that will very put a feet on the fire to say, well, that my soul, that my brother would, if it's contrary to this, I will persecute you. So long we don't have that person here, my brother. This country, you people who are the general who keep fighting for us, I think you will just be talking until you're going to start feeling, my brother.
Thank you, my brother. And this is something that we all should be ashamed of ourselves. As elected that support political parties or support political actors that said to us they had a chance or they had a solution to change some of these things, to change the narrative. Everybody saw the former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf as the woman who would change things around positively, straighten up better the economy, create jobs and all of these things. If you supported her and convinced people and those things did not materialize, don't you think by yourself in your conscience You should sit and be ashamed of yourself that you told lies, you convinced people what you believe that, and you are not prepared to speak truth to power to tell your leader. You should be ashamed that former President George here, the CDC, you told people all of these things were things that you are going to correct. And in 6 years, and not play. And you did not correct it.
Then you don't see yourself part of the problem.
And now you want to have problem. You were there in the trenches. Now you want to criticize somebody too. And the United Party people and those who supported, those alliance political parties that align themselves, they say the United Party was the, and we still see issues that were discussed 10, 15, 20 years ago are still existing. When we are not talking about these things, but we still want to draw the political line. Liberia, I feel for you people. And unfortunately, I don't know, but let me just hear you. So when you can't even afford to feed yourself a day. Those people who told you they were going to change your lives. 10, 15 years from now, from what they have accumulated for themselves, they're not going to beg you. They will deny you of eating 3 times. The kids will eat 3 times. They will go to all of the best medical hospitals around the world. They will have vacation. You will never have it. I will never have it. You are not taking. You're fighting for people that are not even fighting for you. Yeah, imagine somebody says our president says yeah. And
the man taking pay.
He's still been receiving all of the benefit and all of these things. You are getting little, but you still fighting for that person. You want to happen. Just how the people fought for President Boga to become president. After serving as minister, director, and vice president, people fought to see him to where he is today. Today, some of them they are crying. Today, some of them they've been thrown out by the landlords. What Liberians will realize that people that you want to get to power, how can you be fighting for somebody life to be better than your life? I still try to think about it. No way in my thinking I would want anybody life to be better than my life. Especially where that's something that for all of us. They say you take lion potion, you give me just a little bit. If I should think that anybody's life or people's lives should be better, I'll be talking about my children. I'll be talking about the citizenry, where we can look back and say, yeah, we start to have the upper class, middle class, lower class, where people working, jobs are created. You won't kill yourself for somebody. Do you think that former President Ellen Johnson said he can go knock at anybody to say, please give me food? If she's doing that, she's talking to some of her close friends. What? She said, oh, you cook me this soup or rice and bring it over. And or former President, where we say, yeah, man, y'all get, I won't eat real dry, but then you even got dime in your pocket to say, motorbike. Let me get on it. You stay fronting for people who misled you, corrupted the system. We stay going back to them. People who serve, we will go to them and bring them back. Somebody, no, I won't say some very hard truth. You call somebody a corruption King Kong, former Speaker Alex Tyler of Bombay County. You're not a representative. Today you made him senator. After serving 2 terms as representative, you made him senator. There every store there in Bombay County, in Montserrat County, you were here. Nobody from the people from Bombay did not come to Montserrat the law in District 5 or District 6 and say, oh, you want a man, how he worked, what he did. They made him representative. For that, he didn't complete. He did not even complete his first term as representative. They made him senator. Someone there remained in a 4 war in Liberia. In the name that they were protecting the people, you made him senator today. George Bolle there, Prince Johnson, Charles Taylor, Ellen Johnson selling you. So yeah, Liberian people, if you don't want for all to bring the real story and secret up for you to sit out here and start crying, somebody should be very ashamed that you are the reason why Liberia like this.
You don't contribute anything.
You don't contribute anything.
Stand before the children.
You're only fighting to empower people. You fight to empower people. You can feed your family, but you're willing to go stand to one political party headquarters and say because somebody said they coming to invade you or they coming. You see how you being used. You think I'll be to my horse and somebody said, "Oh, the police gone to Kool FM. You know they are barricaded. The entire compound. Nobody going in the right now. Now I'm jump from thing up here. I start running, come here to come. We use the law. I don't want to look and stand for poor chunky rights. Nobody can enter in the compound. I use the law. I'm looking at you. Your life.
Yeah. Mommy is Tony Bravo. I'm calling from my TV. Our two patient. Yeah, when it comes to the marriage, myself, I got issue with that because myself, I did this before.
Move away from your radio. Who want that feedback? Because you got major information to provide. Let's get your side.
Yeah, myself, they the push.
Okay.
And I used to see TV wrong. You see all the marriage agents. You can't bring the car because the marriage to the second 10 years. Nigga, most of the people are married to the push. I was in Georgia camp. If you are a Georgia camp.
So who we should blame now? If we can't blame you guys, that's why we are looking at the sector. Who? Yeah. But that's why we're talking. That's why we're talking.
Yeah. Because we were saying before, in a push, several occasions, Nigga was arrested there at least with legal money without documents. They will send them to the headquarters. Then at the end of the day, in less than 1 week, you see people coming back in the push to Mars who are lesson nothing. It happened also. It happened everywhere in the bushes. We were there and most of the guys, most of the man, they are my friends. But when they arrest the guy and send them to the headquarters, in less than 1 week, you will see them back, man. So what the men will do, the men will write for lawyers and when they say, well, what's in there, okay, send it to go and they send it back. So we are out there too. We will not be, get something to see, we are trying to go to school. So what we do, so at the end of the day, the man up on that place, we get a better error.
Oh. Okay, thank you, my brother. That
solve the problem? Would that solve the problem?
Good morning, more quickly. Listen, everybody, tell you from DLA Georgia this morning. You know, we hear that you all have been to be our father in this country. The journalists, yeah, you can see the reality, but you're not considering for someone to coordinate.
What is the reality? Get tell that. What is the reality?
Go ahead,
help us.
What? Why they gave you job to International Affairs and you have got your problem for this country? Why they gave you job to International Affairs you left to look after our religious? Where you should have worked to show that who's there? My people also they gave you job with after the story he left to
Hello?
Yes.
What we are discussing, is it something close to what you are discussing? It got any connection to what we're discussing? No, I'm asking. Okay, just show all the connection. What's the connection?
The connection you get there.
No, listen. About what now? Listen. I'm coming now. Listen now. When you
say where are they?
No, that man gone off the line. I come in to feed him this morning. Good morning. You welcome.
Yeah, thank you for the discussion and thanking people exploring some factors. You know, when it comes to the money issue, we are very much disappointed in the government and people who give their leaders to the
Yes, sure.
I'm from country, specifically where MNG goes. I work with MNG Group for the past 5 years. I spent mechanic, right?
And then can you imagine women that are going the owner of energy go and be a mountain. It got like three billion worth in Turkey for the past almost 6 to 10 years from we are town from early town to we are town the bar has gone up to 6 billion plus. Can you imagine that? Just for extracting our gold and resources from here. So I'm very much disappointed in the government that you guys train agreements who work at the mine as those are operators, plant mechanic, or Washington operator, then the government cannot even open their own mine that they will be able to generate in less than 6 years.
Yeah, that's a very good point there. That's a very good point there.
We can generate our project can be billion plus just for our own what I will be selling in the world market. So other people can extra on me, very more people who work as the king as mechanic, as refrigerator repairer, the same for mechanic, and our government giving licenses as mechanical engineers. They came very able to they know things go from 2 ago. We were there 3 years, they got financial manager, they got greaser. I will use very greedy in somebody from Turkey to come and greet. To be greeting those who are greeting using for very poor.
Thank you, my brother. Yeah. Some of you that just sit call because your failure to properly comprehend, you just call and accuse people. You see? Imagine somebody reportedly stating to us he worked with such company and they bring people, you know, we're discussing like your minerals that should benefit you.
But you want to discuss what you want to discuss.
And we're discussing something you telling us about somebody moving from one place to another and this person. You are not even thinking that how your resources are living like there. What are we benefiting? We wake up in the morning, we complain about our health sector. Oh, you go to the other clinic, say no bed, people sitting in chair, not taking the in chair with drip. The kids are sitting on blocks and broken chair. The agriculture sector, our staple food, we have not been able since after the crisis to feed ourselves. Our men and women in arm are buying their own uniforms. You are not concerned about that. You're concerned, and we can always say, nobody forces you to listen to the radio. Because if once you listen to the radio, you got every day all the tune in. Once you listen to the radio, you will get the very hard truth. And we're not telling you sorry for saying the hard truth.
Who forced somebody to accept an offer or a job?
Yeah.
Who forced somebody to accept it? It's a personal will. You decide to accept or not. Then you say why?
There are some offers when you get there, when you look into it, it don't suit you, or it don't meet the expectation.
The librarian will say, don't refuse a call, or refuse. What isn't a call? Somebody say, come. Then he can't tell you what they call you for. You say, no, you got a right to agree or not.
We are discussing the resources of our country that we should be benefiting.
I mean,
we quoted other countries that today the resources, Ghana, go and see. Look at the battles.
Small country.
They have not even reached 300,000 people. The GDP is in billion. We are enriching other countries. Our resources are being extracted. You should be ashamed as electorate. You did not properly scrutinize these people. Nobody said you're being a hack of these people. But you have not been able to properly scrutinize them, do background checks. You want many men representative, you want many senator, you want a person to be president, and at the end of the day, this thing, it is not with President Walker, but it's upon him to have solution to it to end the problem, because these are some of the things that said they are going to end. Former President George Weah said the same thing. My election said the same thing. And the problems and the challenges still continue with us. These people come one May. Former President George Weah, he receiving a benefit and other things.
Yeah.
The people that are riding being paid by taxpayers. You and myself, we don't pay them. That man gets sick today, we're responsible for
that. Bro, take it, eh? But you sick today, you start looking for money.
You'll be knocking your friend door to ask. Can you see the picture that we are trying to describe to you, that our resources, the mining sector, a sector that should be usually contributing to our national domestic product, our gross domestic product, where you see the increase of civil servant salaries, you will feed the impact into the community. People are doing businesses and the goods are not selling. They just sit on what they were making maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago. They do not even earn it on a daily basis. Good morning.
Good morning, Good morning.
God morning us.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is Manu Vital, number Restorer Movement. Let me really commend you for the discussion. And in discussion, I don't think any good Nigerians will disagree with you. We will agree. But the people that are going to represent us in the drug district in the county, even including the president.
Yes!
Very weak.
That's my brother, just 1 minute. That's just the point I was just trying to make. Because where the people are having the concession, where the people are money, those places are district, are county, people representing. Why would this thing be happening? Then you won't come on us for informing you.
Look at Beer Mountain. Send Beer Mountain enter into Liberia, the rule to Grand Kimon County. They settle there. We have a senator, we have a representative, we have a president. Send them when they want to do for the people. Nothing, they just taking the whole and pay a foreign investor with good money. They pay Liberian little. And even the environment that they are working, they are not even taking.
And that's why Liberians are not, some Liberians are not even thinking in that direction how Liberians are being treated.
So, we the Liberians, we are not independent to challenge the identical opponent to power to do the right thing for us. When they are there, when they give you crumbs, then you come on the radio to celebrate the people. And now wicked. I mean, the action of some Liberians. My brother journalists in other country, their mineral sector, the kind of impact they are making in the country. When it comes to Liberia, they take the go all the valuable thing they tell and they give you crumbs. But our brother, most of the people that support the local administration or they like to live with the condition, they will call and attack so many people that want to, take the call for the people out to
Thank you, my brother. And this is it.
This is it.
Liberians.
And more Liberians see the broader picture.
Liberians. You see, the sole intent is this. The resources of our country, of which God gives us, is to better the lives of the people. Is to be used to develop the country. What we have, there are a lot of countries. You heard the president in January, he said a State of the Nation address. China supported or funded a study that discovered made of other new minerals and other resources
in Liberia.
Into Liberia. How do we benefit? Are we training people? We're sending them abroad when they come back and see how these things benefit us. We having companies extracting resources from our country, yet they are not even manufacturing 1% of those things that are being extracted and taken out of Liberia. And you still want to wear political garment. You cry for a particular regime to come to power, it came and you did not benefit. Other people cry for a particular regime to come to power. Today, they are there, they crying now, and they are not benefiting. Now, people who on the mark again, crying, praying for another regime to take over that they see as the best, that Liberians will benefit from the resources. You are the one who owns these things. You are used, pay little. To go to these people's country, you find it so difficult. But if people come here and go with all proper documents, and we welcome them with open arms, When Liberians will wake up and smell the coffee and see the high children and say, Lord, these things, you don't do it in other people's country.
Then we are discussing supporting people who are caught in opposition.
Yeah.
Saying that what they will do that are right because when they send it, so who will change it?
You keep these.
Who will change it?
Look, if you look at commitment that were cattle law by some civil society grouping that went on tracking all of the promises that were made from former President George Weah to that of President Joseph Iman Boaga, and see whether they achieve anything, you be looking at those things. You heard them talking about fighting corruption. The political way in fighting corruption was lacking yesterday. Today we still see the political way fighting corruption is something. The government will announce a committee set up that will go after people that perceive or reportedly or rumored to have been involved into corruption. You go to defend these people and you always see it as a political witch hunt. The asset recovery team, when they call the other person are not going.
Yeah.
And you stand to protect them, but you want to wake up tomorrow and say, look at the road in Ghana, you see the road. But when they're building the road and wanting money that will help to fund the construction of the road and other things, you because you from party A and it's been alleged that this person been involved into this, but you will sit and talk about the police officer, he can collect bribe. You will talk about you go to the hospital, no medicine. But the sector that should be contributing to make sure that these people are well paid, the sector that should be contributing to make sure that hospitals, schools are all running because of the contribution, you protect these people. You
are even taking that Liberians will not be the one to
and for me, you all continue to complain on me.
And the foreigners come to this country and also depleting our resources. Who will defend this country? Is it not Liberians? If Liberians cannot do it, who will do it? You always see foreigners, aliens that come to this country and helping depleting our resources, enriching themselves in their area. Then you say Liberian, we ain't able because the people. Who will do it? We often say this, only Liberians can develop Liberia.
If I can have family members who today cannot even look at me to say hello, only because they served in previous government and they were involved reportedly or allegedly into corruption, that I sat on this identical platform to discuss them today. I'm the guys, none of them want to see, to say hi. So what about you myself don't have bloodline running? And I'm discussing my bureau. I can discuss my family that I should be protecting. Where I say, yeah, I will get this. And if I can discuss it and destroy a relationship that by blood. What about you? Some of you too fake. You're not real. We don't do these things only because of us. We do these things for Liberia. I got folks who served in government previously and currently. They are not protected by me. That I will can't sugarcoat and protect them and say the nice thing about them. You're wasting your time. So what more about you? That I don't know from anywhere, but because you're in certain position and it's been after investigation like it's either true. You think you're safe? What sort of fake group of people we will just have in our society parading? So when you send you upon your family member, one of them never said in even community chairman before. We talk about making America better. You see, oh, I don't go to America. You think America is better because of one person? America is better because of the mindset of the people. Nigeria is better because of the mindset of the people. Ghana is better, Serbia is better because of the mindset of the people. They cannot be leaders. They make sure that these people are answerable to them. But here, we are the ones who protect these thieves. But we expect better out of them. You know the man is a criminal, but you put him in a position where he have assets to control things and you expect better out of him. But you are not concerned that you made a wrong decision. You're not concerned that these people should be answerable to you.
You allow drug dealers take over the community and spoil the young people. You have no taking side. But when it comes to you, when your child get involved, then it should become a national thing.
Yeah.
But when other people's children are involved, you don't care. Because you're getting a court for
and
those
that's why I got Liberia.
You don't care about that.
That's why I got Liberia.
The deception too much.
So, you know, let me say something. Last week, Thursday, I had this invitation at the U.S. Embassy. So we went there, a couple other folks, not too many, they were selective in the kind of people to call, to talk concerning, we were at the Public Affairs Department with some officers from the Consular Department, providing, they want us to talk to Liberians, the U.S. government telling us about honesty, how Liberians are not honest. In Bagova, I was ashamed of myself being a Liberian, of black American men with the color telling us how we are dishonest. Telling us we should provide the education to our people. Just imagine, the Liberia right now, we gradually about to top the list of being dishonest and overstay in countries around the world. We apply for visa, we go, we overstay.
We don't come back.
Looking at people telling us those things.
We are
Some of you don't have the opportunity to sit and hear some of these things. Some of these things we don't want to say because it's what they mean. And some of you are the reasons why you're contributing.
You don't care.
When people go, oh, you tell them, I mean, go, don't come back.
We put the
You know why You know why people go and overstay? Why people go and they don't come back? The opportunities that they should have back home, the resources for our country that should be used to better their lives and develop our country are placed in the pockets of few hands. In my country, somebody called me. The most powerful nation in the world invited me to only tell me to come tell my people to stop being dishonest. It is a shame I'm even telling you today. The people are not telling us 20%. That's the rating, 20% of Liberians that go to America don't come back. They say this one and they do the next thing. All of these things boil down to the leaders we have had over the period of time.
Making the people to live in abject poverty, that they have to leave their own country. The other people not living in their country, but you live in your country to go there and you create trouble for them because when you go there and you overstay, you have become a burden to the people.
You see?
You live there illegally.
Few years ago in Dakar, Senegal, the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, was telling African leaders, you are the reason why people are dying in the Mediterranean Sea, your own citizens leave because they're seeking greener pasture in other countries. When you have all of the resources that develop in Europe and other parts of the world. How you want us to say these things? I try my own best to keep it. I never wanted to say this thing, but because of the dishonesty, how we perceive to be good and we are bad to ourselves and our country.
It's happening to our very people because those who are called to serve, they live with dishonesty.
I want to be invited to the U.S. Embassy for people to look in my face and tell me that I'm going to come back to tell my people they're going to be honest. And you're not even honest. Look at the kind of thing we're discussing. You are dishonest to yourself. What sort of country and people we are in? We're talking about your country resources. You coming to attack us, you coming to talk about the other person. Everybody can. You say the word. The other leaders say, I can't power, we'll fight corruption.
Way worse.
We'll better the health sector, the education sector. These things are just still the same. Because telling the truth in Liberia is a crime. You are hated by that. And for me, that's not even something that will worry me. I'm not passing around looking for anybody to love me. My kids love me. I'm not looking around for that. Because we know a lot of us in this country, we are fond of lying to our leaders. We are fond of making them to believe that this. The late Tabla David, what it calls Zoli's law. Blood crossing, one. When he was appointed, nominated by former President George Weah, Deputy Minister of National Defense, and he said, anybody protest, he'll kill them. We all record, we saw on the platform and said, the Senate cannot confront a man who will be charged with running the army to their affair and say, if people protest, they will kill him. He was denied. My family people ganged up on me. They took one of my cousins to say no. The man is not a man who will confirming people, but he had to see this because my character, my family borders around the kind of statement that you're making, knowing for the way that you somebody like rather than me. Do you agree? Deputy Minister ran for Ministry of Foreign Affairs. She was involved in the passport saga under President George Weah. I mentioned her today. We don't say hi because I'm the bad guy. How many of you people can do that? For the first time, I got a sister, my only biological sister, big sister, husband was assistant minister of land to monitor anything. He was involved into something, and I have to say it. We have never said hi almost 5-6 years. Only because I girl, not because of me. Some of you never had somebody to be community black leader before in your family. I'm telling you the kind of level people, my relatives, friends who are in government. I don't spare them. I remember the ambassador Destiny doing a confirmation yesterday. I mean, when Henry family was telling me some I think 1 or 2 years back, he asked me, he said, who you really want to be? Who are your friends? I said, no, my bullet. I got no friend in my bullet. You cross it for it. We can be laughing, be joking, but when it comes to Liberia being better, I don't compromise it. If you say you want Liberia to be better, you campaign for President Joseph Human Power, guide him.
Do what is right.
Guide him.
Sacrifice yourself.
Trying to correct it.
So that tomorrow you will sit and be the
when we brought this government to power, these are things that we achieved.
When you bring government to power, you tell me undermine the same government. They haven't with the past leader, George Weah. There was no, so
people who on the list said we were the ones that the government got never re-elected. But you were there, you were doing praise singing and were not correcting those wrongs that you saw while you were in opposition. And we're seeing it today again.
They will say to you, how many motorbikes never came to this country? How many vehicles? Where
are you? Who they gave motorbike? They say you Zoom coordinator. You don't motorbike because you saw your party was not winning. You when you hate it, you sold it. Some of you, they gave you people vehicles. You're not honest, and people who try to speak to your conscience are the people you want to come to. You see that, bro?
I should say that's believe for something. Then I turn around and betray the trust. Yeah. I turn around undermine the same thing.
Oh, no, drugs in the hospital, I bring the drugs, the same people do it.
Put in that bag, carry home.
And be doing community service with it. They treating people.
They say, oh, you say you're a cleaner. They bring the detergent, they soap, all the things. Yeah. You put in your bag, carry home. That's how people of the woman say, you work in the ministry agency, they bring pencil for the country to enhance education. You take the pencil, you carry. Everybody carry one pencil home. Would it probably be achieved?
Yeah.
So it's just entrenched in Liberians.
You get it, man?
You born with corruption, you grow with corruption, you die with corruption. Who then will build this country?
You get it, man, money to make your cement, to start doing your construction, because you see somebody next door feeling telling you, say, when cement leave, or bring it, or when the mortar, you miss the
But I told you, they don't go, probably, okay, she's man, I said, probably in the store. He said, no, go get up, man. Somebody has a building nearby my house. I should buy the man cement, pay my own house. I said, I'm not involved in that kind of deal. I won't buy cement, buy in the store. Why would I? And all of you, some of you in the business you're in, are just your dealings. Yeah. You sell in the market, the rest. And my whole rest expensive, but you want to sell rest per cup. You beat the cup.
You tell the man, you buy cement for you to make to face bricks. You take one bag of cement, you won't carry 4 5 wheelbarrow, and you made a black that when somebody holding it, they tell you a black drive. Soon you hold it a break. Yeah. Soon you hold it a break.
But you do good business. You satisfied. You want more profit, but you and your family enjoy. Then the main house, soon it pass 1 year, 2 years, it start cracking.
One hell of a storm or rain
till the whole roof out.
Yeah. You know.
Look at the folks that built Charleston Road during the closing days of Ellen Johnson's leave.
All the horses nearby turn into something different.
They have the port, the Chinese have to come and redo that road. Where are we going? Where are we going then?
And the mistake
who's going to help this country?
When the country gets better, and for all of us, all of us.
When you know you can't be there, leave. Be somewhere where you contribute. And the system now is entrenched to extent, like I said to you, that Liberia have made this country that everybody that work in government must be a thief.
We are growing thieves.
You must just be a thief before you get you must, because the system is just.
And sometimes we are the ones that advise the people to steal.
But we build
when
a
the people
system.
get into the system, you hear somebody telling you, like your town, you got pay a little more quick.
FMU.
The other men are in their position, you want to see it, what the man got. You want to see what the man got.
But you still want a better system, but you can't make the better system.
When our leaders leave position, that's when you say, we say on this platform and say on record, some of you say, oh, President Weah, former President Weah that was a listening president. Today, people who sat and served him are now saying he was never a listening president. Tomorrow we say about this the same way.
Yeah.
You say, oh, we need to talk to the public.
He ain't listening.
They did it to Ellen Johnson. You know, sometimes I ask whether that crime or a sin, some of us with the kind of a heart and mind for Liberia, why our parents committed a crime that while we were born here. Because on that, my thinking far above normal Liberian thinking. You think what everybody will get a share of the country resources, and you see people still thinking about what personally they should get.
Yeah.
I don't want American government to go to court to come tell me to come back to tell you
imagine we are sat here, we're going to put it to 10 years since the station was coming into existence.
Do you know
there are some people telling there they got 1 or 2 to 3 cars, 10 years we still walking. But it don't bother us. Because the issue is about the improvement of the country. There are some places that will benefit from the resources of this country. We will not even be there to benefit.
Even government indebted to look. Let's take for instance, during the COVID-19, when the entire government had a shutdown, where essential and non-essential.
Yeah, that don't need keep.
Today, some of you are sweeper to ministry and agency, you are cleaner. Today you important, but yesterday because of certain condition, you were not essential.
You say you're not essential.
You're not important. So go sit down home. But now you're important.
When the entire ministry of education closed,
when the
we hosted them.
You know they took our entire building that only the studio we have access to come here. And up to this time, from the former president regime, former president George Weah regime up to this time, they are still owing our money.
We ever went to go
protest? We ever to tell somebody sleeping there? You know the people stay owing us?
We ever want to protest? Say, oh yeah, you must do this? Because
sometimes they are advocating for some of you from ministry and agency. People come here and say they carry Nathaniel Vine, we give birth to Kool. only because of the hard truth.
Sure.
Some of the people you get a chance, and whatever you call it, somebody not bring armed men for me here in the compound. Armed men for me. Even because of you people. Somebody have looked at me standing by the road, the shoulder of the road, and say, he slow car down, look at me and say, if I run into you now, what do you happen in an accident? And you can be put there among our government. Can you imagine the threats?
Till some of the officials
of
the past government.
You said that you forced to call.
Some of the officials of the past government came, when they interacted with us personally, they said, but we should thought that the way they poke and talk about your high looking, but our interaction shows that you're completely different.
Somebody open their
computer. You mean well.
But the way people can resemble people is far different from our interaction with you.
And we said to President Weah, I said to President, I said, if you don't disgrace somebody behind you, the people you call to work with you, they will disgrace you.
But they disgrace him.
And we are saying it to President Baka today.
You look at somebody, they say something.
They will finish my agenda, but then somebody will say, but then the president will be listening to this station. Because why? They put up pieces of advice that can be very helpful for the government and the people of this country.
You were right there when officials of government for non-compliance or asset declaration. The very first person that we ever discussed on the platform was our own CEO, the man at the station.
But like brand new, we call him surprising on the, you know you're on the radio, but you're on the radio live. He had to apologize and say, I'm doing a needful.
He said it was not intentional.
And the next day when he did it, he was one of the first person to declare asset and say, I've done a needful.
This is a man, the ambassador was also into the cyber money case, and he said we should not protect him. Every day we have reporter when there was a call to go to the court, we were reporting it. I don't know.
When we sat before Samuel 12, he said, oh, gentlemen, I follow you people. But the only thing I want, my only advice about me, you please say the truth. Because they listen, they hear, and they know what we are saying is the truth.
My first interaction when the president became president, he said clearly to me that don't protect me, don't say. He said, the only thing, don't make a story about me. I just want the truth out there to the people.
And if they call 4 police officers, people who call themselves police officers in real life, they don't mention inspector, they don't mention patrolman, they face their own ID card, they wear their own uniform, they directing traffic. The jail discovered them.
But let's go to the lines. We leave that with you folks. This is Liberia. We think it will get better. I don't care why. Good morning.
Good morning, we do and
Good morning, sir.
It's Minister Joe. Calling for people around you.
Okay, Chief. Go ahead.
Thank you so much for the show. You know, you spoke well, but many will not understand what you are really driving at. And that is the main point there. And people put in authority or in position, they are not honest. Even from the representative, start from the representative. You can be a representative in a district and there's money.
I'm telling you, you just said money, then you because you get him share of it, then you just leave it.
The other man said because the postman involved.
You are not aware. You laugh. Nobody can tell you that. You are aware.
But you didn't hear about this thing.
Okay, so you are not aware, but you heard it.
Yeah. Do fact money. Go very far.
Go very far.
That's why they talk about oversight.
Exactly.
Representation, lawmaking.
The oversight and oversight. You're not taking side. So when you take side, not taking your own side, and then you get oversight. Thank you so much, Eric, for the show. I always follow you.
Thank you, Minister. Your life.
I don't want to don't let you get the truth.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I'm Lincoln. The way good on Rotter County.
Lincoln. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, this is what police. If you can't Rotter County, so what it don't send the influence district.
See, coming over. Police, reportedly now, police carrying single bare balance and all that in reverse.
Yeah, one day, the police
Police A.
Okay, we'll try to verify that. Thank you. You're live.
Good morning, information folks, and good morning, historian Brown.
Go ahead, Webster.
I think this historic and information business will all take it from you people now in New York State Cotton. Because from what you people can say, when it comes to the information book and historian Brown, it's just like what they say. We don't need to go to email again to see whatsoever is going on in Nigeria. That's the biggest thing that information process. Some of those guys and people run for them. I mean, I found these places down there, and guess what's happening right now in this country? We got lawmakers that just buying land. We are not calling land right here now. People right into the same place where is living right now. People are buying 70 acres of land on lawmakers by itself. Why when we treat the country like this, then we say we got the country at heart? When you treat a citizen like this, for what? It will go there when you're talking to the people all day long, will show it, will do it, what is this in love? But then when you get there, you get what you're going for yourself and your family. We need a David into this country to go kill Goliath. Thank you so much.
Thank you. But those who think that they will be Goliath will be their David for life. Your life.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Proper defendant. Each of my colleagues is taken out by the boy and I join with this treatment.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we can thank you so much and for the topic of discussion again. You know, our leaders, they are not truthful to the country. Are you guys in the just say that? Yes, indeed, government go to come with records. But when it comes there, when they get up out, they get time for you, especially the lawmakers.
Yeah!
They don't get time for you again.
No, they just want the power.
When they take a meeting, they will sit with you, they will go in office, they will eat with you. When they want to get out of pretending
I didn't go when I eat with you. Anything you bring will eat it with you.
They will eat it with you. So I want to say to we as the electors, we just need to open our eyes to know who should give power to. Like for example, we have a current president. He said, no, God for his age, you know, be wearing clothes and explain again what to do with him, what for some million dollar. Who will kill you? When people are coming with God, each and every children. Today we see so many generators. And eating more than a billion people, almost 200,000 of people. One day generator get eat, almost 3,000 more. One day generator. So, our people are not choose to us that tomorrow, when they are going to go, they don't need government to come, they will tell us 2 or 3 bars, and they are coming and just giving, they will say, oh, that. So that will be the reason why the country is going to have 2 colors of people in the country. For another t-shirt, the green and the blue t-shirt. Me, I'm a country will just be able to party level. It will be a party level, so not green t-shirt, man. Blue t-shirt, green t-shirt, no talk. When a blue t-shirt, man, you will be.
Thank you, Peter. Let's talk to other callers. You're live.
Good morning, we give Bruce and now.
Good morning.
Josiah, go ahead.
Thank you for the student recognition. Here we Josiah Small College from the corner Peace Island. I want to call 540. You know, we give, like I said, on radio station, we have discussed every time why we will not get tired.
Josiah, sorry, I have to take you down because Councillor Peter Bonotala, former Minister of Justice and Legal Person, and we'll take your call, please. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Wendy.
Good morning, Chief.
You know, you all remind me of the time when the Jew decided to kill a family, and I decided to resign as Justice Minister.
And you also on record or jailing your own brother.
Yeah. Great man called me and told me I shouldn't resign. The people came and said, man, I give you a kind of joke, it's not a talking that can be here. So I just look at it long time. I told myself, look, you have to have integrity. You got to have some principles in your life. And all the things, you know. And I know when I did that, the electoral Brodsky, he told me, he said, Peter, he was there for time, he said, Peter, I'm right behind you, I'm on my way out. You see, the problem here in this country, people don't think about this country. I said it every time. Our minds are messed up. We're going to have a reset. Because you're not carrying any of these things that you're trying to acquire.
Yeah, the Egyptian tried, did not work.
And I'm
Yeah.
Okay, man, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Council.
And that's it. You building 5-bedroom house with 5 bedrooms. You gone, your children came and teenage. Sorry, we have to take down, but the honorable was actually on the line. You live.
Good morning, how you doing?
Well, good morning, us we here.
It's me, Melvin Davis from Ralphie Howard, to be precise, twice from Lower Mikey County.
Move away from the radio before the feedback. We don't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
Thank you. We are the cause of the problem in our country.
Move away from the radio or you know the volume.
Okay, just a bit, Thank you, okay. It's okay.
Go ahead.
Why would be the meaning that someone have to live for a year for his own country where he don't even have the Lapa Bido in his country and he said the country I have. But you think about the Lapa Bido, the one the native maker in the country Lapa Bido, he don't even have the you spend more of the time in America. But time for election, you have to come in the country and start fooling people with cause of rest in the community just because you want power. And at the end of the day, we will be the same approach will be all in the street. Several protesters sometimes say we are advocating for the people in the street. Can you imagine that? Look at our country, where are we today? We say we're going to see kind of slavery or they just have the money last year. What would be the many women in the country who are there to think about the country resources, money, and putting it in a children account? And at the end of the day, the system, the fact that all the people in the country just suffer, see people children on the street, selling just at the end of the day to earn a delivery, just for him to move. With all the resources, look at Burkina Faso, where I would not. But Burkina Faso, they got. Look at us, with all the resources that we see we get in the country now, we really want to appreciate it as we still there. And all we continue to bless you for exposing the truth in your country.
Thank you, my brother. You're welcome. Let's talk to other callers. You're live.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
I am Henry Carr.
Go ahead, sir.
Thank you for us to speak about the corruption that is in Nigeria. I will tell you that Nigeria will not change.
The bill will change.
Only our family and our surroundings see a job. But to only that in the country, Texas kill them, people they actually die. They don't know their family now. They don't know their family now. As I speak to you. So, I should fall from my own opportunity and use all people to back.
One senator who told us, he walked to us because they wanted to rob him of his victory or cry. He said, you just have to make sure that the recounting be clear. We won't just send people after it. Look, you will see, you will see the kind that will do from the Bible. Today, no, he didn't pick out our cause. Go ahead.
Now, we really in here now, we are related and the whole to be very careful. You know, that for the people resources.
Yeah.
Also, if you go down now, you can't end up with a very friend. But you go equal, you got done. You go come to Aisha and go off. But you want to go you now. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning, sir. My name is Pra. Actually, I had a little heartbreak broken this morning listening to the program and your voices. Because of recent, I visited one of the Liberian lawmakers' mansion, and I witnessed how the parable that whole mansion turned up. Swimming pool, all the facility and the total rain. And I stood up, I said, look.
That mean that the person is a former lawmaker, but during the time, these were kings the bill, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I won't dare call it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes. And I stood up and like tears about to drop from my eye. This is a lawmaker during Ellen regime that when considered to rob this country with millions of dollars. And yet, this is what all this money were made for. And at the end of the day, nobody living in those mansions that were built.
Oh.
It's completely deprived. I mean,
but we can see that was some of our former presidents that said, my brother, structures today the kids cannot even take care of it because of the way they build it. Renovating it could build you 3, 4, 5 houses.
In fact, I salute you people, and the voice need to be heard. Whether people like it or not, they just have to be hearing it.
No, we are not even worried whether they want to hear it or they like it. We are not discussing issues that will please people. Because we ourselves, our lives need to be better as well.
Exactly so. Exactly.
Thank you, sir. Let's talk to other callers you like.
Yeah, I don't want to again calling for Roger.
Okay, Chief, go ahead.
Yeah, my brother and motorbike, they're coming from Tempe. There's a money kitchen, they're here going one before Boko. So, instead of the gas.
Take your time and call that name again. Roofer who?
Boko, one before Boko. He's money kitchen in Tempe.
Roofer Gogo.
Boko.
Gogoro.
The gas so ground. So when all the men is going to feed the gas. So the police went there, they just compromised it. Yeah, they put it and the other now, then you free man.
Okay. That's what been reported.
The money agent.
We'll see whether we can send our correspondent there to verify. We hold it as it is, and then we look into the matter. Let's talk to our callers you like.
Good morning, weekend now.
KB, you're always welcome.
Thank you for your recognition. You know, weekend now. So our forefather, mother, great-grandmother, they born or they live in poverty. Is that library they gone?
No, they transfer. They did not deliver. They transfer property to us, to our parents. Our parents who are parents transfer to them. They transfer it to us while we're fighting to make our work better. So we can transfer it to our children. Other people they're fighting us that we should transfer it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we get now. You people down there, Labrador men that I know, they left to get somewhat better to sleep fine within our children and where. And Labrador men let to dress fine. When you walk in, they let to walk, they let to get their own car. But we can't now, the Kool every family. They're not thinking about getting a car that cost 90 or 100,000. Now we can't now, they want to build a house. That when people pass and they say, yeah, we can now house there. So the question I'm asking, we can now, so we will live a day until we die. Again, our great-grandfather, and our father, our mother, will live in poverty to die a day. Now, Labrador get all the resources. I said something yesterday, I said, hey, we get the first class citizen. The representative senator, the president, they're the first class citizen. As soon as we vote them, we not say this organization again. And with somebody that look with their slave, we're working with them and we suffer. Let us say the truck will haul all the things out to the mansion. But the time the mansion finish, the truck will not pass there again. Okay. So we can now. What happening to the nation?
We just gotta remain hopeful, JB. The time called before us, we just gotta remain hopeful. Look, it is your constitutional right to support whatever political party or individual, but it should all be towards the betterment of Liberia, and the lives of the people should improve. Like in the voice of Councillor Peter Bonotella, he said people don't even know the reasons why they join political party. So when you are in organization only to improve the lives of your political leader or your party hierarchy, and you're not concerned about improving your
No.
Yes. But all said and done, this is how we like to draw the curtains on this edition of the Morning Ride. Let us all remain peaceful. Let us all hope for the best for Liberia, and we can make Liberia better. You might not agree with us, with some of the hard truth or analysis, but it all geared towards making Liberia a better country. Liberia is all we have, and people cannot be inviting me to come tell you how to be honest. Let Liberia maybe telling me, say, tell people to be honest. Now I'm writing, but I can't come in and come say, I'm going to take away America, who was say, I'm going to come back home. Because we elect the bad leaders, the conditions are bad. And the people out there helping to send something back to the family. I'm with you, bro.
And I'm Nathaniel Farr.
And many thanks to the man, Sakhanum, for being behind the camera this morning. We'll talk to you when we'll talk to you.
And knowing that they are far ahead, we want to tap into what Sierra Leone has been doing to reach to where they are. So when we heard about this meeting to be here today, we embrace it because it's a shame to say that